become what we think about most of the time. And that's the strangest secret. This is why thinking is so vital. This is why a goal is so important. Because we will become that. This is why people who set goals achieve them. The trouble with men is not in achieving their goals. They do that. It's in establishing them.
The rich keep getting richer. Look at this. Luxury real estate prices just hit an all-time record. And I want to break this down early on in the show because I think that this is really important to understand the blueprint that's laid out for us, the roadmap that's already been laid out for years and years and years, and probably at least the last 100 years of living in this country and being able to have an open, free market society that allows us to go out and be entrepreneurs. But it's the absolute fact. It's really interesting, right? A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, interest rates are rising. That means that affordability is reducing, and people that were first-time home buyers are going to have to wait until they can save up more money, or until they can kind of, climb their ladders, their economic ladders, their income ladders, so to speak, with their jobs, and or any of the businesses that they're building. But let's be honest, most Americans have jobs, right? And so I want to look at this. Let me stop this share real quick, and let's go to the board here. Going back to the other mic, maybe you guys can't hear me. Okay, that's a bummer. Anyway, Matt, if you could just go to that, if you can go to the whiteboard there. We have a little technical difficulty. We're gonna have to figure that out because we got a lot of movement today, Matt. It's ruining the momentum of this opening here. Yeah. So anyway, listen. The fact is, the rich keep getting richer because, first of all, let me talk about the show. We've got 3 hours. We're going to go for 3 hours. So don't mind our initial glitch with the lapel mic here. We've got Tom Croll. Tom Croll is coming in. He's going to speak to us for 15 minutes. It's going to be absolutely bananas, my mentor. We've got Ryan Zolen. He's going to be talking about getting deals from agents. He's got a really incredible tool that he is using right now that I'm going to be breaking down. Talked to the owner of it yesterday. It's going to be absolutely bananas. It has the ability to send offers to MLS listings automatically. Game changing, absolutely game changing. So definitely stick around for that. We've got Stephanie Hunt, absolutely incredible. She runs in my Rhino Tribe group every single day. She runs do you need this?
It started working as soon as you sat down.
Oh, okay.
Maybe this was loose.
Maybe it's loose, yeah. Okay. And so she's got the Stephanie Hunt has, she runs a group of people making calls every single day in a Zoom call. It starts out at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. East Coast time and goes to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Sunday. She does incredible work out of Columbus, Ohio. But going back.
You're on the lab now.
Okay, we're on the lab now. Okay, good. Here we go. interest rates go up. When interest rates go up, assets go up. That's why the rich keep getting richer. That's why the wealthy people are not worried about interest rates, because they're buying luxury properties cash. They're buying luxury properties cash. That's why right here, just to share this again, in case you're just jumping on here, we've got luxury prices at an all-time high, at an absolute all-time high record right now. It's because when inflation goes up, interest rates go up, the wealthier get wealthier. So what's the point of this, Brent? What are you rambling on about? About building an ATM machine, about going and finding discounted properties and selling those properties, about flipping paper or flipping properties to get the cash to be able to buy assets. Guys, that's what the wealthy do. They buy the assets. They buy the assets. And because the assets increase in value, and because they're constantly building their business, which is assets, they're able to go out and buy luxury properties, cash money, baby. Absolutely cash money, which is really, really exciting, because we all have the opportunity to do that. If you listen to the incredible, the absolute greatest of all time, Earl Nightingale, who was in that TikTok in the opening segment of this show, I am telling you, it is, we become what we think about. We become what we think about. So if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if you want to be a successful real estate investor, you want to be able to build significant wealth and hold significant assets, it all starts here. But then we got to go and take massive imperfect action. And that's where we're starting out today. These are the 10 wholesaling secrets I wish I knew when I was getting started. All right, here we go. Number 1, we are deal finders, not deal creators. We're deal finders, not deal creators. You don't go fishing in a desert. All right, you don't go. So what I mean by that is this. If we know that 6 to 10% of the real estate market is in distress at all times, according to the U.S. Census, we're talking vacant properties. We're talking about properties that need significant investment into them, or updating, or just whatever. Just they need to be able to be functional. These are properties that are condemned. We know that people are going through financial hardships. They're not able to make the payments on it or keep up with the repairs on the property. They're not able to, and maybe they're emotional, right? There's 3 buckets of distress. There's the condition of the property, there's financial, and there's emotional distress. The emotional distress of going through a divorce, of a death in the family. That happens all the time. I mean, that look at all of the deals that happen our way because of probate and inherited. I'm going to show you the number 1 tool for finding the pre-probates before they're even filed with the courts, how to get the absolute best inherited properties. Before that, I'm going to give you all these tools here at about the top of the hour, after we talk to Tom Croll, after we blow these balloons away right here with our giveaway. We're going to be giving away shirts and hats and hoodies. Stick around. But I'm going to be breaking down all of these tools for you guys to be able to use. So make sure you stick around. But we are deal finders, not deal creators. Once I discovered this, and this is another Tom Crollism, who's coming up here in just about 15 minutes to blow your faces off. Deal finder, not deal creators. You're not going to convince people to sell their property. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to convince people to sell your property. So find the people that have already made the decision that they're going to sell their property. That's the point of number 1 here. Stop trying to force things. Oh, but they should sell. Oh, do you know how many times I've heard this from people? DMs, text messages, calls, when I'm speaking on stage afterwards, people are like, I see this house every day and it's vacant and it's beat up and the seller needs to sell this property. I know they need to sell this property, but they just don't want to sell it right now. Great. They don't want to sell the property. A lead is somebody that has made the decision that they're going to sell the property. That's what a lead is. So just focus on the people that have already made the decision and be in front of them all the time. The best way to get in front of the most amount of people is have an unbelievable amount of conversations and make an unbelievable amount of offers. Thank you, Matt. What was it?
This is the other lab, so just put it on. And
Yep.
I'm gonna listen to it.
All right, we're gonna see if this lab works.
If that one's working.
All right, good. All right, guys, awesome. So here we go. Number 2, people over properties, guys. Once you figure this out, woo! Every single one. I'm gonna probably say that for everyone. Once you figure this out, but it's the absolute truth. 80% of the discovery that you have with a property owner has to do with them. What is going on with them? And this is where the skills are built. This is where you have to be able to build the rapport. This is where the best of the best of the best can sit back and they don't worry. They don't have that part of their brain that's worried about getting kicked out of the tribe. They just are curious as to what's going on with the person and how they can help solve the problem. That's really what I see the difference between closers and non-closers is the curiosity that they have with the actual property owner. And so 80% of the conversation, 80% of the discovery that you have is about the person, not the property. The property's fine. The property's a great way to open it up. Are we good with this lab?
The other one's muted. You're only on the lab right
Oh, okay, great.
now. I'm listening to it live.
So there we go. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I love you guys all. Thank you. But people over the properties, what's going on? Why do they want to sell this property? What's the personal problem that they have with this property? Because here's the thing. And this is a conversation I had with an incredible Rhino Tribe member out of Washington, Brandon. And he's like, Brent, I've been going and I've been getting so many leads and I just can't close them. And it's because he's in the friend zone. All right. He's staying surface level. He's not getting to the point where he really discovers what the problem is so he knows what medicine to give him. The medicine to give him is the type of offer that we provide. And there's only a few different offers that we provide. Cash as is, some sort of creative offer. And I know that goes into a million different spider webs of different ways that you can do deals. I recently spoke with an incredible investor that had 212 ways to do a deal, which is outstanding. I mean, just an absolute brainiac. Me, cash as is. That's where I'm going, right? It's the dumb version of getting, a bunch of money. It is. And so, but you've got creative, you've got novation, and you've got listing that property. There's 4 paths. Once you get to that stop sign, once you get to the point where you understand what their problem is, you've got 4 different medicines that you can give that property owner. But if there is no problem, you're just going to spin your wheels. They're just going to stay in that property forever and ever and ever and drag things on and waste your time and not really be serious about selling. So listen to me. You have to get to the core of the problem. There is a very crude, common advice, common statement that people use here. I don't like it, but it hits to the point, so I think it's important. You hurt them and then you heal them, right? You find what the hurt is and then you give them the medicine. And it's the absolute truth. There has to be a problem. No, there's no way you understand what offer to give that property owner unless you know that problem. All right. Number 3, all you need in this business, if you really want to boil this down, is a name, address, and phone number. You give me a name, address, and phone number of somebody that wants to sell, I will have that conversation. I will go through discovery. I will find out the condition, timeline, motivation, price of that property and of their situation. I'm going to find out, do they want speed, convenience, and price? Which one of those 2 out of 3 do they want? And I'm going to find out what their motivation, what their problem is. But we get so confused. We get so mixed up. We're like, I need to have a website and I need to have a company name and I need to have a Better Business Bureau rating and I need to have my CRM and I need to have all of these systems in place and automations and all these things. And everybody that I see do this ends up getting lapped by the people that just go out and have quality conversations. Okay? What we do is we put these things in front of us for creative avoidance. We want to be busy, not productive. We do. So what we put all these things in place, and then all of a sudden we're like, I did a lot today. I'm moving the needle. I'm moving forward. I'm learning a lot, and I'm putting together my systems. And then once my systems are put together, I'm going to be able to go out there and make a huge impact. Nope. Name, address, phone number of people that have properties and they're motivated to sell those properties. Got it? That's all you need. That's all you need. The first deal I did, I knocked on a door. It was at the end of the street. The gal did not want to sell her house. She loved the neighborhood. She raised her kids in that neighborhood. She never wanted to move. All these other houses were being knocked down and big mansions were being built. So she was in the perfect sweet spot. She owned the smallest, ugliest house, one of them in the neighborhood, which means she's got great value from what she bought it for, right? She said, I don't want to sell my house, but I'm a caretaker for the house that's 4 houses down. It's owned by a 92-year-old woman that lives in New York. And I think that she's thinking about selling the property, but let me see if I can get permission to give you the name, address, phone number. And so she came back with a slip of paper, name, address, and phone number. Before I even had time to think, I called this woman up. She was expecting my call, which was amazing. She said, you know what? I want to make sure that everything is run through my attorney, my estate attorney. I said, fantastic. What's the name there? Got the name of that. I said, do you have any idea of what you want for the property? We went back and forth. I went and talked to the attorney. I said, the attorney asked me to send comparables. The attorney ordered what's called a BPO, which is a broker price opinion. It all worked out. We were able to get that deal. All I had was the name, address, and phone number. I never met that person. I didn't even have a CRM. My CRM was literally an accordion binder that had 1 through 31, the days of the month. And if it was the 24th, I'd pull out number 24 in that accordion binder. I'd look at my leads and I'd call them. Name, address, phone number, baby. Does that make sense? I hope so. Good. Number 4, 90 to 100% of this business is phone-based skills. This is a phone-based business. This is a critical thinking, fast moving, work on your feet, use your phone skills to solve all the problems of the property owners. Because most of the time, that's all it is. Most of the time, it's just on the phone. It's just on the phone pre-qualifying. Sometimes it's making offers. We've done a really great job this year. Chad, my junior acquisition manager, has locked up 5 deals for, I don't know, maybe $200,000-$300,000 worth of deals without first call. Now those are PPC leads, which are the best leads of all time, not even close. But he was able to, they called in, they wanted to sell, we locked it up, did the call over did the offer over the phone, went through the offer on Zoom, on DocuSign, signed it, done, open up escrow, close, paid. But I'm telling you, build your skills here. This is the remote control for society. This is society's remote control. Use it for a tool for your business. This could be a huge distraction, or this could literally build everything that you could possibly want financially. Just be really good on the phone. How do you do that? I was terrible on the phone. I'm telling you guys, I was terrible. I didn't order. I was so scared to order at restaurants until I was 13 years old. You know what I mean? I wasn't just this naturally gifted uber expressive. It was always there, but it was kind of not from a business perspective. It was more from just get along with people perspective, be versatile with different personalities perspective. But once you learn how to pre-qualify, do your lead follow-up, and offer presentation over the phone, you're unstoppable. So the more people you talk to, the better you're going to be. Got it? Awesome. Number 5, guys, just use an average fix-up cost. Don't worry about going and being a contractor. Matt, if you could add that here, that chart of the average fix-up, that would be great. But typically in for most remodels, if it's just a cosmetic, you could go $20 a square foot. If it's kind of okay, we need to do some countertops, we need to do some better fixtures, you can go $35 to $40 a square foot. If you're in areas where the median sale price of the properties is above $500,000, you're probably at $50 a square foot minimum for anything that you're going to put in there, just because labor cost is a lot more in those markets. And usually there's more sales tax, there's more like ticky tax stuff. And so use $50 a square foot, but I got a really good chart here that you guys can use as soon as we get that in here. Guys, we got Tom Croll pacing in the background. We got Tom Croll pumping up. I see him getting ready. In 5 minutes, we're going to bring him on. Do not miss it. It's absolutely bananas. He's going to blow your mind right here. This is another Tom Croll. Number 1 and number 6 is Tom Croll. Tom Croll, Tom Croll, Tom Croll. Massive imperfect action. And he probably got this from his brother, Todd Toback. It's all like in the family there. You know what I mean? Like it's all, he's giving me a thumbs, massive imperfect action. This one took me, I had to get completely broke, way lower than broke. If broke is like this, the hole that I was in, because I signed a personal guarantee on an office lease when I was 26 years old, and wasn't able to pay that office lease, I got sued for $740,000 before I was 30 years old. A judgment for $740,000 when I was like 28 years old. So I had to crawl out of all of that. I needed to get all the way into the pit. Here's another Tom Croll. You ready? You know what's great about rock bottom? It's a solid foundation. And it's absolute truth. It's the absolute truth. Because I'm telling you, man, if you just take massive and perfect action and not worry about knowing everything about everything, you're going to go so much faster. You're going to learn by the experience. And we've got that in here. Education plus action equals results. That's not it. The action plus the results is our education. It is. Tom, I'm loading you up, bud. I'm absolutely loading you up. I like 4 out of 10 of these are literally from Tom's mouth. But action plus results is your education. And Tom's going to just hit us over the head with what to do and build assets. And Tom, I started out the show talking about how inflation goes up, interest goes up, assets go up. And that's why the rich get richer, right? And we'll bring in Tom's coming in 2 minutes, 45 seconds. I've got 3 more here. Here you go. Number 8, the more buyers you have, the more business you're going to do. All right. So the way that this works is there's different buyers recognize potential in different properties. If you look at the hierarchy of the best real estate investors in the world, they just recognize potential that other people don't. Right? Just because of their experience level, or just because of the environment that they were raised in. The people that build skyscrapers in Manhattan, in Seattle, in Chicago, in LA, in Phoenix, in Houston, and all these areas that have these huge skyscrapers, they understand the potential of certain properties. They understand the potential of certain relationships with city council members and mayors and these type of things. Not stuff that we know, not stuff that I know, certainly, right? But they see potential in those things. That's like the extreme example, or the people that own all those buildings. The extreme example, all the way down to people that understand, okay, wait, this lot right here that you can't really build on would be great for a mini home, right? This lot here would be great or this lot in the middle of nowhere would be great for people that just want to camp on their own land. Okay, this single family house, if we just add 500 square feet, we could get X amount. Or if we just do this type of remodel, we could sell it as, in 1 day as opposed to 1 month. Like, you recognize potential by by your experience level. Right? And so the more buyers you have, the more that they're going to look at different potential. Let me give you an example. I sold a property to Keegley and we made $32,000. And I was like, this is bananas. I can't even believe we sold it for that. We thought we were going to make like 10, maybe 12, 32,000. They then sold it to a guy that was going to live in that neighborhood for basically retail value. And this property needed probably $40,000, $50,000 worth of work, but he was a contractor. All of his family lived in that neighborhood. He had been waiting for a property to pop up in this very specific street, and he was willing to pay whatever. They made an additional $30,000 on top of that because they have 80,000 buyers. Bananas. Absolutely bananas. Number 9, 99% of the problems that you're going to run into are after you get the contract signed. Okay? 99% is going to happen after you get the agreement signed. That's the fact. Don't just go and do everything you can and put on your best face. It's like, when you're dating and you're putting your best foot forward and all this stuff, and then you've been together 10 years and all of a sudden you're farting in front of each other type of thing. Don't do that, right? 99% of the problem, like, you want to understand, as soon as you get that contract signed, now the real work starts. Now the real work starts. Now you got to hold their hand and get them through the finish line. Now you got to work with the buyers if you're going to wholesale and get it to the finish line, or with your money partners if you're going to do this yourself, or your contractors, or whatever else, whatever the title company needs, or the closing attorneys. You're going to hold their hand and walk everybody through. You are in charge. Don't just make the mistake. I got the contract signed. I assigned it to this buyer. I'm out. Don't do it. You will have so many deals fall out. And I don't want that to happen. I want you to get massive success. And this one is awesome. This is one that I've really discovered over the last couple years. Your first $250,000 is going to be made from your grit, from your efforts, from going out there and talking to people, going out there and reaching out, knocking doors, making offers with agents, making relationships with agents, calling up property owners, doing all these things to get in touch with the property owners that have these rough looking properties. But then once you get to $250,000 or more, you got to start getting inbound leads, people that want to sell reaching out to you. And typically it's going to be direct mail, pay-per-click, pay-per-lead. And I'm going to be breaking down all these tools in this show today, guys. We've got an incredible 2.5 more hours. Tom Croll's coming up in 1 minute. And TV, radio, all those things where people are calling you. All right. And so those are the 10 secrets that I wish I knew. Let's recap them real quick, and then we're going to bring Tom on, and he's going to blow your minds. Be a deal finder, not deal creator. People over properties. All you need is a name, address, and phone number. 90 to 100% of this business is phone skills business. Just use an average fix-up cost, by the way, guys. Here you go. Take a screenshot of this if you need it. There's your fix and flip repair calculator based on square footage up there at the top. All right. Massive imperfect action. That's the key. Action plus results is your education, not education plus action equals your results. More buyers you get, the more business you do. 99% of the problems happen after you get the contract signed, and outbound until $250,000, and then inbound after that. It is my pleasure to bring on one of my best friends, my mentor in this business. It took me to places that I never thought I could go. Well, I did think I could go, but he took me there a lot faster. Tom Croll. I love it. How are you, Tom? I can't hear him, Matt. You're muted, Tom.
Bam! Can you hear me okay?
Let me hear that bell ring, brother.
Woo!
Tom.
How are you, brother?
We've got the best of the best entrepreneurs on here. They're watching this live. They're participating, and/or they're going to watch after this.
Okay.
My question to you is, you wholesaled for a while. You built Wholesaling Inc. Incredible. Now you're coaching coaches. But I think your superpower truly is the harmony that you have with business and life, and also your ability to have your money make baby monies. So how do you do it? Like, give us your secrets, Tom.
Brother, let's go. Let's get right to forget my hero journey and all this. Let's just get right to the meat and potatoes. Is that cool? Can I get right to what's going to help?
Perfect.
So let's do this. So guys, grab a pen and paper. I'm going to give you stuff. Here's what's great. The biggest value that I bring all of you guys listening, and I just want to say it's awesome to be on the show with Brent. I mean, he's such a phenomenal human being. The first time I met him, he told me how much he loved the book, The Go-Giver, and he is the go-giver. Yeah, I thought you were going to pull the go-giver out. So, guys, phenomenal human being. There you go. Bam!
Come on, Tom.
That was not planned. Guys, the best. Brent Daniels is the best. I love him. He's a good man. So good to be on the show with you. Let's get right to the meat and potatoes, right? So first of all, yes, I'm going to give you some of the rules of business that I get to see as I'm a coach and a consultant to a lot of owners, and forget all the boats and the yachts and the private jets. Guess what I get to see? I get to see everyone's P&L. So I'll tell you exactly what's working right now, what those guys and girls are doing that are actually not only moving a lot of money, but keeping a lot of money and getting it to grow for them. Right. So let's get right into it. And
what's a P&L?
Profit and loss. And I'm going to tell you something that's rule number 9. And I'm going to go through some rules for you guys. If you want to increase your business acumen, if you want to get to where Brent is saying why money always goes to money and the rich seem to always get rich, right? All this money they're printing and printing and printing. The only people complaining about it are the poor and the middle class, not the rich, because it all ends up right back to the rich people, right? So here, one of the keys are rich people know how to read a P&L. Wealthy, successful people, they know what gross profit is. If I say gross profit, they understand that that's the profit after the cost of a sale. So little things like that are what makes a big difference. Let's get right into it. And another note here on the harmony. Guys, you'll notice that Brent is using the word harmony. That's the key. Not balance. There's no such thing as balance. You're not going to find balance anywhere. In 2,000 years of recorded history, hustle is a season, not a lifestyle. You want to seek harmony. There's a time to work hard and have grit, and then there's a time for first we work for money, and then our money works for us, right? That's the cycle, right? Because by the time you're 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you're not going to have that same staying power. You're going to want to do that. Colonel Sanders, KFC, great story. If you're 70 and you're starting from scratch and you have to go door to door with a chicken recipe, God bless you. It's more of a warning than an inspiration. At first, KFC should be a warning for us. Like, hey, let's get stuff together before we get to that age, right? So let's go through some of the rules that make a difference so that you can have harmony, not balance, and you can have a season of hustle and then a season for instead of keep moving the goalpost, you could pick new goalposts, right? So let's talk about that. Number one most important thing. What's the overall the message that Brent is saying on these slides? First rule in business, revenue in first position. Revenue in first position, guys. What does an amateur do? He gets all excited about the new business adventure, right? We're going to go wholesaling. And he tells everybody, I tell my mom and my dad and my siblings, and I talk about this opportunity, how great this opportunity is going to be. And I'm in this season of preparation, right? I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to instructions. I'm buying things. I'm forming an LLC. I'm designing a logo. I'm setting up a funnel. I'm working on a website. I'm making sure the domain name matches the .com and all of this other jazz. Revenue in first position. Amateurs focus on what they love, right? The easy part, the easy part, the creative part. They pour themselves into that easy, comfortable part. What does the professional do? The successful professional seeks discomfort every single minute of the day. What do they do first? Revenue in first position. We sell it, then we build it. Focus on revenue in first position. Don't allow anything other than revenue is in that. No logos and websites in the beginning. Do the stuff that's whatever is most scary for you. Knocking on doors, making a phone call, go do that. Build that muscle. No one has ever built anything great without awkward conversations. No one's ever built anything great without awkward conversations. So do that first. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, stop watching all the competition. The only thing watching the competition does is it either builds your ego, which is not good, right? Because Brent and I and all these guys, we don't hang out with anybody who has a big inflated ego. They're not cool people, right? Or it makes you feel less than, which is like pathetic and desperate and chasing, right? So don't watch them. The second rule in business is everyone's full of you know what. Right. So that's the second rule. Don't stop looking at all these pictures online with people who have this perfect lifestyle. My whole life looks perfect online. Look, you see my dog right there. She's so perfect. About 20 minutes ago, she vomited on the floor with a sock. Right. So my offline life is not as awesome as my online life. Everyone's full of poop, including me. So don't just stay in your own lane. Pay attention. Don't watch the competition. Rule number 3. This is a big rule, guys. This is a big rule. So what Brent and I can tell you and other coaches, influencers, consultants will tell you is this. Never stop doing what works. This is a systemic problem in every industry with the newbies. They either, or rookies and anybody who's just starting, is they'll do something, they'll get a lead, they'll get a sale, and then they take their eye off the prize and they start working on that, and then they stop doing everything else that was working. So stop doing that. If you found something that works, it wasn't a coincidence. Do it 10,000 times more. Keep doing it 10,000 more times. Never stop doing what works. You're not creating these coincidences. Oh, I went to a RIA meeting and I ran into one guy and he introduced me to somebody. I did a deal. Go to every RIA meeting within a 3-hour. You have to have the kind of persistence and grit that you are going to do this or you are going to die trying. That's the secret. There is every single successful person, every single person who has a high net worth, who is happy, well-adjusted, and wealthy and successful. Every single one had a season of outworking everyone else around them. You're not going to find anybody who, and stop it with all this lifestyle. Stop. All these people who talk about lifestyle are full of it. I know. I get to look at their P&Ls. I'm telling you right now, stop with the, I want a lifestyle balance. That's not biblical. That's not professional. That's not the way. You have to be OCD. All of your time, energy, focus, attention, revenue, focus, energy, all of it. Singularly focused, and you could do amazing things, and then you could step away, and then you move from what's called a business operator, right, where you own the business on paper, but it's a job, and then you step into a new season, which is called business owner, meaning you own it on paper and you're really an owner. And guess what? An operator can only own one business, but a owner can have multiple businesses, literally tons of businesses, right? So you want to.
Well, we had this conversation yesterday, Tom, and it was a quote. Ryan Dice, I watched a speech from him, and he said, the more valuable you are to your company, the less value your company is, or the lower value your company is, which is really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to move from a season of being an operator where you can have one business to a season of being an owner.
Love
Absolutely critical. Okay, let's talk about rule number 4. And I know there are people listening, and I'm going to challenge you to face this and have an uncomfortable conversation with somebody right now as soon as you hear it, which is this. Rule number 4, never partner when you can hire.
Yep.
Never partner. I see this all the time with new entrepreneurs. Say, oh, me and my best friend, me and my friend from high school, me and my brother, me and my sister, me and my this one. We've been friends forever. First of all, partnerships start with a lie. They start with a lie of like, I'm good at this and Brent's good at that and Brent's good at that and I'm good at this. So we make a perfect pair. No, we don't. We complement each other, right? We don't create a sick codependency with each other. So I'm not against partners. If you can't hire, if Kevin O'Leary says, I'm going to pay for all your marketing for the first year, but I want 20% equity and I want $300 in every deal in perpetuity, you can't hire Kevin O'Leary, put him in your company. He's a professional. This whole 50-50 thing, no. When you do a partnership, first conversation, here's what I'm not going to do. I'm only going to work 2 hours a day, 2 hours a week. You can have access to my network, and I'll give you advice once a month for 45 minutes. That's it, and I want 3% of the company. Not this, we're both 50-50. There's no such thing. Business is hard enough. It's going to challenge you. It's going to challenge everything about you. Donald Trump teaches us that the number one predictor of success is your ability to handle pressure. If you're 2 new entrepreneurs, you don't know how much pressure that guy can take, and I promise you it's not as much as you can. So don't ruin relationships. Don't make the business more difficult than it has to be, because it's most likely going to go out of business. And if it doesn't, then you're really in trouble, because then you're going to have a problem when there's $1 million coming in a year, and then you'll have a much, much bigger problem. Rule number 5. Rule number 5. Here we go, guys. You ready? Guys, everybody who fails takes feedback from the wrong people. They'll come up with an idea, and then they'll take feedback from people who are not going to be their customers. Total waste of time and derails everybody. Only take feedback from 5 people. You guys are ready? Here's what we go. Feedback from people who love you, pay you pay, regulate your industry, or already where you want to be. That's it. As far as me and my household go, as you want to influence my children, fine. You better have personal experience, because otherwise you're not going anywhere near my family. When it comes to me and my household, I don't want to hear nothing about a sports analogy, about this coach. I can teach you about financial freedom, because even though I'm not rich, this coach coached this athlete to win this championship and he never played the game. Sports do not apply. Sports, are born with DNA that is genetic. We would not know Michael Jordan if he was 4'7". So I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to me and my household, you want to influence us all day long. You know the Bible, you could teach us the Bible. You want to teach us this foreign language, you have to know how to speak the foreign language. You want to teach us physical fitness, something we're probably going to do here soon. You better be fit. And you want to teach me how to become a millionaire, you better be a multimillionaire. So personal experience is key. People who love you, you pay, they regulate your industry, or they came before you. That's rule number 5.
That is powerful, Tom. I haven't heard that. That is, woo, you're on fire, bro. Guys, put in the chat if you're getting value from Tom Croll today in here. Give him some love. This is absolutely incredible. I love you, you pay, regulate your industry, or are already where you want to be, guys. That should be, you see how Tom has all those things on his wall? I assume those are quotes and charts and all sorts of things, right, Tom? What is that?
Those are all thank you letters and it goes throughout the whole office. Those are thank you letters from consultants, from owners and business owners and founders and entrepreneurs and visionaries and all sorts of good people.
Absolutely incredible. Awesome.
You want me to keep going? I can keep pouring this out. You let me know.
Keep going. We got, how many do you have? We're on 5.
Oh, I've got 88 rules, brother. But I'll just, so I have 88 rules in my heart that I know by heart. So okay, guys.
Give us 10 and then we'll bring it back on.
Yeah. No, of course. We're not going to go through all 88. That's too much value. It's a fire hose. Okay. What is the next one is, rule number 6. So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. This one is another one that's key. Why do a lot of, and it's easy. Once I say these rules to you, you will notice who's failing and who's successful based on breaking these rules. They're very simple rules. What's one of the next rules? I don't care how good the people involved are, right? I don't care how good they are. When everyone's part-time, the project will fail.
Yeah.
I want everybody to hear this. If there's not somebody who's waking up and you want to get into a business, but you have another full-time job, whatever you've got to do, I'm telling you right now, first of all, I know I can say this because I'm not the direct coach anymore. So let me just say this. If you want to get started in this business, quit your job or figure out a way to get fired quick. Because this whole save up enough money thing, I don't know, Brent, how you teach it, but let me say this. You know when I made the most money is when I got my butt fired. That's when I started my actual adventure. I tried and I kept failing. So here's the thing. On every new business, on every project, there's got to be somebody who wakes up in the morning and thinks about that business, and they're only compensated on that business, and they go to bed and they think about that business. So if you and Johnny and Sally and Bobby all get together and you're all rock stars and everyone's awesome and nobody's full-time, everyone has other commitments, the project's going to fail. You can bet on this, and you can literally say, I'm going to make a bet here, and I'm going to see how long you got about a year. That's about how long those projects last. Rule number 7. Rule number 7 is a good one, which is actually it should be rule number 8 because there's 8 of them. But I still have it as number 7. So there's 7 rules in marketing, but there's 8. I'm going to give you the 8th too. So we'll give you the bonus one. When it comes to marketing, if you see someone who's failing and you see someone who's successful, they are following or breaking one of these 7 rules. Number 1, copied. What do successful people do? Brent, what's the card that I should use? This card, Tom. Great. Thanks very much. Mail the card. Failing. Oh, you know what I did? I redesigned. Instead of working, I redesigned the postcard because I have a marketing background. No good. Right?
Tom, you know how many people tell me, oh, yeah, I took your script and I made it my own.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Does not work. So marketing, number 1 first rule is copied. Number 2, big. Most people don't want to sell their homes, and the ones that do don't want it for that low price. Your marketing must be big because most people don't want your product, and the ones who do don't want to pay for it. So it's got to be big. Marketing before anything else is a volume game. If you go small, you're going to experience what's called a statistical anomaly. A statistical anomaly means you can make 100 phone calls and do 1 deal, and then you can think, man, if I make 200, I'll get 2 deals. Not the way it works.
Nope.
So it's copied, it's big. Number 3, it's consistent, right? What do you see with people who are winning? People who are winning, right? People who are winning are 100% of the time doing their marketing on Christmas and Kwanzaa and the 4th of July and Hanukkah and Memorial Day and in the rain and in the snow because marketing is a story. If you stop marketing, it will take up to 90 days to get it back on track.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number 3. Number 4 on marketing, right? It's got to be singular. People who are struggling. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I want to be everywhere. So I'm working on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, billboards, bandit signs, postcards, phone calls, and agents. What? People who are crushing it 100% of the time. How are you finding your deals? Oh, I have this exact channel. I know everything about it. I know the color, the font, the time of day, when to do, what to say. Dominate one channel at a time and automate it. Singularity is one of the rules of marketing. People who struggle don't follow this. They get burnt out and they're everywhere and they're nowhere. People who are total opposite. What's the next rule of marketing? Fast response. Fast response is key. We know from A/B split testing, we know that there is a 50% drop off on conversions every 24 hours. Rewind this and re-listen to that so I don't have to repeat it. There's 50%. So here's the deal. You know which deals you lose when you don't get back to somebody right away? The deal that was going to close and it's the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Fast response is key. What's the next one? It's got to be trackable. What does trackable mean? Stop worrying about stupid branding. Dan Kennedy teaches us there's no such thing as branding. Branding is the result of marketing. Stop with the branding nonsense with the embossed signature in gold and the colors on the website. It's silliness. It's dollar in, dollar out. If I put $1 in, how many dollars come out? That's all that matters within 90 days for marketing is dollar in, dollar out. So it's got to be, if it's not trackable, don't do it. If you can't measure your results, that's it. What's the next rule in marketing after trackable is delegated. Go to Upwork, Odesk. It was Upwork when I started. Go to odesk.com. Get somebody like Lorena who can make sure that when your Heine is working on other stuff, that the marketing is going out all the time without you. Because if it's delegated, I wouldn't hire anyone on listening to this right now to be my marketing person. You know why? Because you're all entrepreneurs. That's why you're on this. Right? So your brain is all over the place. I know I need somebody who's consistent every day like a machine. Delegate it. What's the last one, right? It's tested. Tested is the last one, which tested means this, right? I call it double check, right? That it's really like the bonus, the 8th one. And double check is really simple. What it means is I cannot tell you how many times I'll have an entrepreneur come in and they'll say they're spending all this money on this or that or some fancy funnel, tunnel, upside down thing or PPC. And then I'm like, oh, really? And as they're on the phone, I check their link and it's not even going to the website. I don't care if you're making $5 or $5 million. I am telling you, this is a constant problem for entrepreneurs. So double check your marketing that it's working. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Guys, copy somebody, make it big, consistent, singular, respond fast, track it, delegate it, make sure that you test it, make sure that it all works. Don't just set it and just assume it's all going to go. I'm telling you, Tom, this stuff, you're making people a lot of income right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if they follow this advice, and guys, I have followed Tom's advice since 2016 and have made absolute millions and millions and millions. Make sure, if you guys aren't taking notes, make sure you rewatch this and take some notes. Tom, I got to have you back every week, man.
Brother, I'm here. I will go through each set of 10
guys,
rules.
Let me know if you guys want Tom to pop in here every week and go through more of these each week. This is absolutely bananas. Let's go number 8.
Number 8 is, brother, you're going to know this one. Guys, I'm telling you this one, not for me and I'm telling you this, not even for you. I'm telling you this one because life is short and your kids are counting on you. Forget all this idea, this garbage idea about generational wealth. Nobody understands generational wealth, right? If your kids, by the time you die, they're going to be in their 40s and 50s. If they haven't made it by then, you giving them a lump sum of cash is the worst thing that you could do for them. Yes. So let me explain something to you right now. You want generational wealth. You want some peace and happiness. Why did you get into business? Was it to be, nobody gets into business so they're up at night with anxiety and depression, right? And worried. Read 8 pages a day. Start it today. I am telling you right now that there's only a few things that are shared amongst all the winners in business. And I am telling you, for 2,000 years of recorded history, reading is the number one defining characteristic. There is not a dissenting opinion on this in all of history. It is so powerful that it's actually been withheld intentionally from certain people throughout history so that they wouldn't become empowered. Your brain will physically change. And I'm going to tell you some tricks. If you want to see, can I give out a link, Brent? Is that okay for
100%?
Guys, just go to coachinginc.com/21 books, and you'll have a list of my 21 books that I recommend every single entrepreneur should read. It's
Matt, can you put that in the chat, please?
Yeah, because guys, this one is important. I'm going to tell you, here's what you want to do. What you want to do on this is commit to 8 pages per day. If you forget what you read, first of all, don't believe any lies that you were told as a kid that you're an audible learner or you're a visual learner. That's already been disproven. That is absolutely not true. Everyone's a visual and an audio learner. It's just that you were a wild kid like me, and I was told I couldn't read. It's a lie. Don't believe it about you and your family. If you can read street signs, you can read a book. 8 pages per day. Commit to it. Do it no matter what. And I'll tell you the secret. Everybody says, like, read before bed. No good. You can read before bed. I do that too. But here's the real secret. The minute you wake up, I'm talking about the minute before your eyes can even adjust to the day, grab a phenomenal book and pour it into your brain. You guys, I'm telling you, this world is full of all kinds of darkness and all kinds of false teachers. I am telling you, get the proven books that your mentors read, because remember rule number 2, everyone's full of, you know what? 80% of books are total garbage, right? Get good books, right? Get good books. And what do you think Brent and I are sending us each other all day is pictures of books all day. Right? Read this page. Read. So guys, 8 pages a day, every day, start today. I cannot overemphasize this enough. It's absolutely critical to your success and to your well-being and to your children. This is for your children's children's children. This is generational. Let them see you read. Read to them. I'm going to create another book list too, and I'll send it out for amazing books that you can read to your children, like The Boy, the Horse, the Mole, and the Fox, which is a phenomenal book, and other books like that. So check out those books. Don't pick your own books.
What was it? It was coachinginc.com/what?
21 books.
21 books. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. Rule number 9. Well, yeah, and we already talked about this, but guys, let me just this one. I'm going to give you a little few things out of order because we can't do this all day. So let me give you a few that are a little out of order.
Sure.
I'm going to give you another secret if you really want to have success. Number 1, the money is in the database. Write that down and live by it. Guys, the money is in the database. I'm going to just drop that. I'm going to let it sit right there. Every lead is precious. Have an attitude. It goes like this, guys. Are you ready? It goes like this. No lead left behind. That's the kind of attitude that you have to have because if you don't have that attitude, your team, you set the tolerances for your team. Forget this with like pressure, like hot leads every day on a silver platter. The money's in the database. Focus on your follow-up. Last rule I'm going to give you. I don't care where you are starting. I want you to measure your net worth every single day, every single week. I don't care if you feel like you're already rich and you don't have to. I don't care if you're totally broken below zero. Dan Sullivan teaches us that one of the most important things for us to do as entrepreneurs is to protect our personal confidence. Your net worth is part of that. This is if you're on this, you're head of household, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you. Measure your net worth every single week, no matter where it is. Just man up or woman up and face it, and then start measuring it every single week. And all you've got to do is just get it a little bit better every single week. Poor people, how do they think? What can I afford based on my monthly income?
Yep.
Wealthy people, how do they think? What can I afford based on my monthly income and my net worth? You think a wealthy person is going to buy a $50,000 car? Do you know how much money you have to buy a $50,000 car? And I'll tell you the answer. It's 3 to 5% of your net worth every 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you better be really wealthy if you're driving around in a $50,000 car and worried about the lease payment. God forbid you should ever lease. Don't ever lease. But worried about a finance people. Guys, wealthy people pay cash for cars. Suck it up. Get a crappy car. Measure your net worth every single month. It will change your life. Do it every week and then every month to start. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And net worth is what? How do we calculate that, Tom?
Yeah, very simple. So you take everything you own. I'm going to give you the real harsh, real world, difficult way to do it. Robert Kiyosaki teaches us that your house is not an asset, right? So I don't think a house is an asset either. And I don't think it's a liability. I think it's what I call a shelter fee. So I'm going to give you a really harsh wake up call on your net worth on how to measure it. And here's how it goes, guys. You take everything that you own, and if you had to sell it in 30 days, how much money would you get for it?
Yep.
You take everything that you owe, and if you had to pay it off in 30 days, how much would you, and I say that in 30 days because some stuff was negotiable. And how much would that be? And the difference is your net worth, except your primary home. You should only take 50% of your, and I know I'm going to get a lot of kickback on this, but I don't care. I'm too old to care about kickback anymore. So here's what I'm going to tell you. It's 50%. Your primary home is $500,000 and you owe $200,000 on it. That means your net worth on your primary home is $50,000. Cut it in half. $500,000 means $250,000. So I know that this sounds crazy, but here's the thing. You are going to have a shelter fee from the moment you leave your parents' house to the moment you're in a nursing home or living with your kids or whatever you're doing. You're going to have that shelter fee all the time. So if you look at your net worth in your house and you're like, oh, this is part of my net worth because I could just buy a house and live on the street, right? Where are you going to live? So that money is always going to be in play. Guys, measure your net worth every single week and your life will be better. Your business will be better. I promise you right now, if I want to destroy one of your businesses, all I have to do is start minusing your net worth and making you poor every single month and you'll go out of business. It is in direct proportion to the success of your business is the success of your net worth. Bam.
Bring it. Tom Croll, the best of the best. Absolutely incredible. Thank you, Tom, for being on here. I'm gonna hold you to it. We're gonna have you on every week and have a great time and keep going through this, guys. Give some love to Tom. We got to keep moving on with the show. I love you, Tom. Thanks for joining us. Absolutely incredible.
It was an honor being here. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. Did you hear what he said? He said, by the time your kids are 40 and 50, if they haven't figured out how to provide value to the world, giving them a bunch of money when you die is the worst thing that you could do. I love that. I mean, just generational wealth. Rafael Cortez here is in studio. Say what's up, Rafael.
What's up, fam?
Now, I'm going to do it the first time because I don't trust you. But right now, guys, before we get into the top tools that I want to share with you, and there are some absolute bangers that I don't think that you guys have heard here, at least on this channel, maybe never heard at all. So maybe make sure you stick around. We're going to be doing a giveaway. So Matt, if you want to come out here and move around these cameras, I don't know which one you want on me throwing and which one you want on the actual balloons. But I'm going to be throwing these darts at some balloons. We've got a Rhino hoodie. We've got a TTP shirt. We've got a Rhino hat. I'm going to show you guys all these. If you are a subscriber and you're watching this show live and I hit one of these, the silver is going to be the hat. The orange is going to be the shirt and the yellow is going to be the hoodie. I'm going to throw and give it away to somebody watching right now. But oh my gosh, Tom Croll, I absolutely love him. I'm going to get him on here every week, Matt. That'd be awesome, right? I mean, he's the best of the best. Everybody needs to know more about Tom Croll. He's who pulled me really into this industry full time. I was playing both sides, real estate agent, wholesaler, wanted to do wholesale, I had fear, I had self-doubt, I had all these things. I joined the Wholesaling Inc. Rhino tribe when Tom Croll owned it and changed my whole life, changed everything. I went from 250,000 1 year in 2016 to 740,000 in 2017. Absolutely incredible.
He has a very particular way of breaking stuff down.
Yep. Yeah.
The essentials always kind of bubble up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that advice about tracking your net worth, I mean, that was gold. He talked to me about that a couple of years ago.
I'm gonna go right here, Matt. Yep. Okay. Can you guys still hear me on this microphone here? All right. So which one do you guys want me to hit first? We've got the hoodie, baby, right? The Rhino hoodie. We also have a TTP hoodie. So if you win it, we have options on that. We've got the hat. That's going to be the top one. Very nice. Goes with everything. You can wear this with just a plain tee. You could wear it with no tee. You could wear it just around the house, or you could wear it to exercise. I don't care. You can wear it out and about. And then obviously the classic TTP shirt, of which I am wearing myself right now. Here we are. All right, here we go. Okay, I've got the ones that don't have the plastic on. What should I go for first, Ref? What do you want?
Center orange. Let's go.
Center orange.
Wow! I need to come in and
Come on. That was sorry. Now Matt has to change all the cameras all around again. So there you go. Alejandra is going to be pulling somebody that is subscribed, that's watching the show, and you're going to get the TTP shirt. We're going to do this 2 more times to make sure that you stick around. We'll do it at the top of the hour, every hour, so that we can send you some really cool gear so that when you're walking around or you're going to meetups, people are like, oh, TTP, right? And then they know that you're really proactive and really serious about it. And it's just a nice little icebreaker. All right? Awesome. There we go. First shot. I'm telling you. I am telling you, I was built for this.
I know what you're doing every afternoon now.
Yeah, that's it. I've just been throwing darts at my old cork board. Guys, top tools here. This is really, really, really cool. I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to get into these. All right. The first one that I want to show you is this one right here, guys. This I have discovered, and Raph, I don't know if you've messed around with this at all, but realsupermarket.com, all of the companies, and I'm telling you, all the companies that repackage, inherited, probate, code violation, pre-foreclosure, absentee tax liens, all of them get their data here. So this is kind of like, not kind of like, this is like the cheat code. If you want to get it direct from the source, make sure that you guys use the code TTP, and they get you the info a lot faster. They've got a lot of people going at them. They've got a lot of big companies spending a lot of money, but I've had a conversation with the owner. We really got along, and he really wanted to support the audience. And so realsupermarket.com has some incredible lists. This is for the person that, like, maybe they don't want to pay the subscription fee for something, right, and get locked in on a monthly basis. They just want to get a list, go after it.
We can actually do one-off.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So you just reach out to them and tell them what you want and what market, and then they work with you, and it's awesome. Credit repair lists, all these things. They've got incredible lists, guys. Next is, does it just go across? Flip Finder, does it have it on here? No, I got to share it, I guess. Do I have to share it each time, Matt? Yeah, hold on. I have to, every time I switch, I have to go to.
Unless you do your full screen.
Okay, got it. Flipfinder.ai, guys. This is our version of RealFlow. This one's phenomenal for pulling the AI list. If you see here, the AI scores show you the most likely people to sell at a wholesale price. We go usually 700 and higher. This obviously has all the other lists that all the other companies have, the prop streams, the deal machines, the batches, all of that. But they have an incredible AI list, which takes all of the past data of the properties that have sold and been flipped with the demographic data of the property owners, smush them together, get them most likely. Okay. If I go full screen, if I go here?
Well,
I can just go over?
They could see it, but you should just be able to pick Chrome as a whole instead of an individual.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Present, share screen, entire screen.
Or window, I think.
Window?
Yeah, window would just be all of Chrome. Or you can do the whole
I'll just do this. This is fine. Next, guys, is U.S. leads list. This is awesome. U.S. leads list. This is again. This is Micah. He's a good friend. He's incredible. What these guys do, which is incredible, is they will scrape the obituaries. They have proprietary technology to scrape the obituaries to get it before it goes to the courts, right? Before it goes to the probates, before it goes to the whole inheritance process. They get they go and they find the people that have passed away. They see if a property is attached to it. They do the little bippity boppity boo, boom, you get the list. You reach out, you get deals before everybody else.
I've used them for
Years. Yeah, me too. And guys, they have a waiting list, so I would definitely make sure that and see if they have your market available. U.S. leads list, absolutely incredible. Again, use TTP. Mike is part of the Rhino tribe, and so he really supports us, and he loves the audience. So make sure that you check that out. All right. Next is going to be the Offer Gun. This is a new one. Okay, Offer Gun. What they'll do is, Raf, they'll go in, and it depends. There's a couple different formats for it. Right now, for $199 a month, you put in the information. It makes it gives you a contract to send out in 30 seconds, right? And it's really, really cool. You can make as many offers as you want. You know how, in your Podio, you could click a button and it puts together all the offers and everything. This is similar to that. It could send it out to the listing agent as fast as possible, so that, for the properties that are listed. Now, this obviously works for unlisted properties as well, but this is primarily built from a real estate agent out of California, wanted to make a bunch of offers. The Custom Pro quote, which is very expensive, but definitely something for bigger companies, will literally scrape the MLS every single, minute, hour, something. Take the listing that fits your buy box, send the listing agent an offer based on your buy box and the percentage that you want to offer them automatically. So imagine working with something like Privy and this, you know what I mean? And squish them together. If you're going for on-market deals, this is a really great tool to look into. Reach out to these guys. This is brand new, so they're constantly developing it, but really, really, they've done a really great job. All right. And it's something that Ryan Zolen, who's coming up next, Ryan Zolen's going to be here in a few minutes to talk to us about getting deals from agents. It's going to be absolutely incredible. The next tool that we have is one that's not really for us, but I think that this is something that's going to really shake up our industry, especially real estate agents. Landy.ai. Look at this, Raf. You put in the Zillow link of a property that you want to make an offer on right here, and it will build the offer, send it to you, and I think it's like $49 instead of having to get a buyer's agent.
Really?
Yes, $49 instantly sends the offer. Now, once it gets accepted, there's a $149 closing fee
once you close.
Yeah.
But that's it. For $200, this thing writes all the paperwork for you. And I assume it's going to probably be realtor contracts in each market. But this, and I haven't used this. I don't know. I just saw this and I was like, holy cow. Real estate agents are going to have a real problem.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, there's so much coming up on the side of AI that it's, I think, like the edge, and it's going to come back to fine tuning your skills.
Yep.
Like, we can click buttons and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, like, if you don't know your craft, you don't know how to have those conversations, and you don't become the expert on that field, you're going to be left behind. All these make stuff easier for that to happen.
Isn't that crazy?
So, yeah.
Landy.ai. Keep an eye on those guys, because it's going to be something that's going to, it's going to be something that's going to shake some stuff up. iSpeed to lead. Guys, we talk about pay per lead, iSpeed to lead here. Look at this marketplace they have. If you go into their main site, there's here's iSpeed to lead. If you use the coupon code TTP, again, friends of the channel, TTP, they give you $50 towards your first lead. And some of their leads start at $29. So you can get, basically a free couple leads just to, cut your teeth. Maybe you get a deal from it. But they have this leads marketplace. And then they also have a way that you can buy into specific territories. And what they do is they're actually spending money in pay-per-click, at Facebook ads, YouTube, all this. It isn't just SEO. Right? Search engine optimization, which is you build your website up so that you get a bunch of free leads and then you sell it to us and they make just all the profit, which some of these other companies do, which is fine. But they also buy some of those SEO leads, but they're also pumping in a tremendous amount, millions, into offering real PPC leads. So if you're not at that place where you can do paper lead, campaigns.
Yeah.
Which I suggest if you're in a small market, your minimum should be between 3,000 and 5,000 a month. If you're in a bigger market, 75 to 10,000 a month, it should be your spend for pay-per-click plus whoever's running it, which is probably going to cost you 2,500 to $3,000 or a percentage of your ad spend. This is a great place to get these leads coming in, get it going, and get some deals so that you can afford to get into pay-per-click at some point.
Yeah, PPC is one of those things that you have to build it out. Like you can't just turn it on and then it'll like it takes a minute, it takes months. If you're building your own stuff, and I know because I just went through that.
Yep.
If you're building your own stuff, it's gonna take a few months, 3-4 months before the SEO catches on, even if you're paying for campaigns.
Yep.
So it's I mean, I think it used to be a lot easier where you would turn on the switch because there wasn't so many people doing PPC out there.
Yep.
But now it takes a while to build it up. So this becomes a really, really good second alternative.
It's a great one.
So, yeah.
Talk to People. I literally changed talktopeople.com to our pay-per-click agency.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just we're just getting massive results. I mean, we're absolutely they are the best leads I've ever had in 20 years. I started in 2004. Pay-per-click leads. If I were to bring in Ryan and Chad, and I'll do it maybe next week, and tell them what their favorite leads are. What's your favorite leads? Pay-per-click.
Yeah.
Every time. The time from initial contact to close is 45 days. The amount that we make is about $24,000 every single deal. It's so fast. It's so hot. These guys love it. All they want is pay-per-click leads. You start out and you get nitty gritty and you got outbound leads and it's awesome. You're calling, you're texting, you're building referrals, you're doing all these things. But I'm telling you, when you get those inbound, of people that are just like, take this off my hands, literally, they're begging us to buy their property.
This week we're 2 deals in from PPC leads. One in Tucson.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, one in Tucson, another one here.
I love it.
So yeah, I mean they're reaching out to you.
Yep.
Right?
Talktopeople.com, guys. Okay, we are ready. We are ready to bring on our next guest, absolute phenom. He lives here in the East Valley of Arizona. He's a good friend of Raphael's and mine. He has done incredible things with his brand, Agent Investor, AI. Love it. Not artificial intelligence. He's going to rebrand it to mean Agent Investor. He does deals with agents. He finds deals with agents. He trains agents how to do it. He trains people that aren't agents how to communicate effectively with agents.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out what's working for him. Again, we had discussed the offergun.com. Ryan, I had talked to the owner of that Jeff yesterday, and had a great conversation. But let's see what's going on with Mr. Ryan Zolen. How are you, Ryan?
Cool.
What's up, Mr. TTP? And what's up, Raphael?
Let's go. Excited to see you, brother. So talk to us. It's 2024. How many years have you been in this business?
I've been doing this now for 8 years. And honestly, things have been great this year. Like we've been absolutely crushing the MLS, and you kind of gave away my secret, but OfferGun's been, it's been it, man. I mean, that thing has been a game changer.
So explain that. Explain what, I mean, are you using the pro version? Or are you just using the $199 deal?
We're using the unlimited version. And essentially I've got it built out where my acquisition guy is massively submitting offers every day, 25 to 50, residential purchase contracts, actual AAR forms filled out and everything, getting sent to the realtors. We have a follow-up process in place. And then we've been just sniping the deals. So we break it into like 2 different approaches, sniper versus shotgun. Shotgun, we tried the first month, 500 offers out, made 37 grand. It was insane. Second month, we submitted just a little bit under 100 offers. We got 23,000 in. So 60K. This costed me, by the way, $199 a month. I'm on the same plan as everybody else.
Yeah.
But it completely changed our business. Like,
who are you making offers to?
MLS listings. I mean, we're finding
all of them or just specific ones?
So you know how people stack lists direct to seller? We started stacking lists on the MLS. So if you are certain days on market with a keyword, with a specific category or filter, you should probably call that one. So we've been submitting offers on those. We've just been going kind of balls to the wall, and The follow-up game has been what's strongest, because what normally takes 25, 30 minutes to submit a contract is now 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So we're spending more time on conversations than we are on the offers, but we're still submitting more offers than our competition. So
how are you closing those? When you take them down, do you buy them? Do you flip them? Do you assign them?
We've been assigning everything. To be honest with you, and I shouldn't say this because I get a lot of deals from other wholesalers, but we JV most of our flips nowadays. I'm not touching anything with a 10-foot pole, flipping our own properties. I've got a couple different JV partners where one likes a specific pocket in Gilbert, one likes a specific pocket in the East Valley. I can work with them and what we're looking for, and I can bring the deal at zero cost and get cut in percentage, and then also the listing on the back end. So
awesome.
Fire.
Awesome. Why not do flips yourself, bro?
I'm scared. Got, you know, I mean, teeth kicked in a little bit before, and
sure,
never really made my recovery. I found that I could do the lipstick recover, remodel type stuff, and that's my comfort. Carpet, paint, cabinets, and move on. We got caught with our pants down doing multi-million-dollar flips before, and it just wasn't for me.
Awesome. So let me ask you this, just getting back to it. So when you're making these offers, are you following it up with a call, a text, something? I mean, making 100 offers, that's a lot of conversations. That's a lot of manpower to be able to reach out to all those agents and say, hey, we're serious about it. Did you get the offer? Like, what's your process there? If somebody wants to make a tremendous, because this kind of, you know, this goes back to Jerry Norton. You know, Jerry Norton's in my head all the time when he's talking about making a tremendous amount of offers to agents. And if you make, you know, a certain X amount of offers, you're going to get X amount of deals, which means X amount of income, and you don't have marketing budget, right? So how do you squeeze the most juice right after you make those offers?
So there's a few different things to unpack. First off, shout out to Jerry. I mean, the MLS, he is like literally the staple of the strategy in anything on market. The difference, I think, that what he teaches versus like what I like to do, we both call it the double dip, but it completely different meanings. His double dip is the strategy of having the other agent represent both sides in the transaction. I like that because you have the scale of getting the deal more likely than representing yourself or even unrepresented. The problem is that you lose the leverage in negotiation and the fiduciary. So because we're the licensed agents, even on OfferGun, we're representing ourselves as the buyer's agent and being the buyer. And at least as of today, April of 2024, sellers pay the commission. So if the seller could pay us a commission as the buyer's agent, I have for the last 6 years made over 6 figures a year as a realtor, and I'm the worst realtor in Arizona, like literally the worst. Yeah. So we get the commission by representing ourselves. Our process is that my TC, Amber, my girlfriend, she sends out the email that the beauty behind this strategy is because it's a purchase contract, not a letter of intent, not even an off-market contract. It has a response time. Yeah. So realtors have to respond to my contract, even if it's a no. So our process, on the rare occasion, if they don't respond, send another offer 1% lower than the offer you sent it at the first, and put the response time as the same, maybe even a little bit quicker. If they do respond, it depends on the strategy we went. Both sniper and shotgun start with comping the property. The second piece, if it's a sniper approach, is calling the agent. If they don't answer, submit the offer. The shotgun approach is comp the property, send the offer, then call the agent or wait for them to reach out to you and follow up with them.
Let's get philosophical here for a second. Why even go after properties that are on the market? Why even go after properties that have an agent involved? Why not just go after the off-market properties, Ryan? Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, do it, man. I've gotten a little more competition recently on the MLS, so please go. I would appreciate it.
You've been doing that for a long time too, man. I mean, I remember early conversations where you were getting rolling, figuring out the process, the exact process that you're talking about right now. I mean, it takes a minute to go through it. Sure. And I've seen more people jump on it, especially because you are planting seeds through education and bringing people onto to that world too. But you're one of the first dudes I think that I can think of that started doing that a while back. So
I appreciate it. And honestly, I failed. So I tried going direct to seller and it didn't work, which makes me have more respect and appreciation to guys like Brent and even yourself that go direct to seller, because I was never able to do it. So why
Well,
MLS?
a lot of people feel that way, right, Ryan? A lot of people feel like
100%.
they're just, they're trying to, they talk to way too many people that never want to sell their property. So why not just go to the marketplace?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you want something specific, you go to Amazon and you find it. You know what I mean? You don't just go knock on their neighbor's door and see if they have
Hope
it.
they have it.
You know what
You
I
have
mean?
pair of shoes you can sell me.
Yeah,
sure.
like, can I buy these new Jordans or whatever? These new Air
So I
Force
think that the
One?
MLS, to be honest with you, is two reasons. Number one, you don't spend money on marketing. So when it comes to real estate investing, a lot of times people don't realize you're sacrificing not just money, but time. So if it's going to cost you time regardless, I would rather you go to something that doesn't cost money every month, which is on market acquisitions and working with agents. The second piece to that twofold is that you have to understand that if anything is going to take time and potential sacrifice, you're going to make mistakes when you're first starting. So the bias where I kind of come in here a little bit isn't that this is the end all be all best strategy. This is a great starting point. Get some active income from acquisitions, then flip a property and hold the property, then work on being the lender or raising capital or whatever else. But the rest of it, I mean, MLS is the path of least resistance. If you want to get technical, it's the path of most opportunity because the sellers at least want to sell their home. Now it's just a numbers game. And shout out to you, Brent. Literally 2 matters here. This is the only thing that I track: conversations and offers.
That's it.
That's literally it.
Love it. Ryan, you got, I'm speaking at your event here in May. Can you talk to us about that? What's going on? Is that open to everybody? I don't know if that's like absolutely a private thing or if we didn't even discuss talking about it, but what is that?
For sure. We've got some more tickets. So if people want to come and attend, they're more than welcome. It's, I think it's $199 or $249 to come and attend.
Awesome.
May 17th and 18th. It's a Friday, Saturday. It's the weekend after Mother's Day. So if anyone's worried, but we're doing it in Arizona. It's actually at the Batch Leads headquarters. We're using their venue upstairs, the nice stage, speakers, audio, video team, all that fun stuff. And yeah, Brent, you'll be speaking there Friday. So if anybody wanted to come and attend, Raphael, I would also love to see you there. So I'll connect you.
What's the website?
agentinvestors.com/mastermind.
Stephanie wants to know if you're 30 yet. He's not.
I'm 26.
Yeah. Guys, he got right out of high school. Ryan and I did a show for a year and a half, maybe longer, called Millionaire Before 30. Incredible stuff on there. If you want to go back in the time machine and watch that from a couple of years ago, it was awesome. But at the time, I would show his high school graduation photos, and they were incredible. I mean, he was maybe 110 pounds.
Like 115 now, but
yeah, a lot of confidence. We could still do that. Oh, no, I'm not going to put that picture up. It is, just go to Agent Investor, I'm sure, .com, agentinvestor.com. And I'm sure
it's there. Tickets are there. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate you promoting that and speaking at it. It'll be a great time for everybody.
So what are you investing in now, Ryan? What do you think is, where do you want to put your excess income? What assets are you looking at?
2 things. We are developing multifamily projects in some smaller rural markets closer to universities. So I've got some family ties to where I'm saving a little bit of money on the construction and project management. And because they're local, they can manage the whole thing for me. We're doing that. And then I'm also lending on a lot of creative finance subject to deals in second lien position, as well as fix and flip buyers that I sell deals to 10, 12, 14% returns just in the short term.
Love it. Do you have to be an agent to use OfferGun?
Nope. You actually, for right now, need an agent as the buyer's agent. But one of the updates Jeff is putting into it is that you can actually upload any contract on or off market, and then you could just have it auto-populated. So you don't need to be an agent to use it. As of right now, you need an agent on the contract, but in the near future, you won't. So,
are you doing a lot of creative stuff off of the MLS?
Absolutely not. No. I have a lot of friends that are getting sued in the creative finance space for deals where they are wholesaling or deals where an agent was involved specifically. And so I'm not really interested in that. The creative finance lending that I'm doing is with people that have never lost money on deals. They're very good to private investors. Shout out to John Berger.
Yeah. How would you protect yourself on those? What do you think some good practices if you are going to put together creative finance deals and either keep them yourself or wholesale them? Or where do you see people running into issues right now?
lack of experience, lack of education, lack of disclosure. And so I think that if you don't cross your T's, dot your I's, and I'm not here to talk about on creative, I think it's actually a great exit in specific situations, just like listings, just like cash, all that stuff. Agents are picking up on a lot of investment stuff. There's a lot of noise right now on the agency side where people are freaking out because of the National Association of Realtor commission updates.
Sure.
I see the wholesaling regulations as more interesting to me because you're going to see a lot of agents leave the space from the NAR commission updates, but you're going to see a lot of investors forced to get licensed that might even be better than the realtors that have been doing it for longer.
Sure.
So how you protect yourself, get in the right rooms. You have to be constantly educating yourself and learning what you could do. Terms, make sure you have clauses that protect your ability to exit the deal. You're not tied to something that might be going down as a shipwreck. You're going to be maybe 30-day call your money back kind of thing, but you lose a percentage or whatever. And then also know your worth as the lender. The hardest part of being an investor is to find a deal. But if the next step after finding it's raising capital, what terms do you want, or what are your non-negotiables, and make sure you have them. So
critical criteria. And you're very right about putting yourself in the right rooms. We actually have a mastermind this afternoon going on just to chop it up. Are you going to be there?
Is this the one in the group chat? I'm not going to be at that one. My dog just had surgery this morning, but I'll be at the next one for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ryan, again, he's got agent investors.
Yep.
Agentinvestors.com. He's got a incredible event coming up on May 17th and 18th. Certainly, if you're in Arizona, make sure that you are there. If you are in driving distance, certainly. And if you just want to just come and meet us and be in a really great room, fly from wherever. I don't care if you're in Nigeria or Canada or Tulum, Mexico. Come on up and come meet us. It'll be absolutely awesome. How many deals are you going to do this year, Ryan?
We've got 53 agents in our top tier VIP category that should deals, and then MLS. I want 75. I'll probably hit around 40 to 50. So all in 75 to 125 range.
Awesome, Ryan.
Nice.
Thanks for being on the show, bud.
Appreciate you. Thanks, guys.
See you, bud. Love you, man. See ya.
I
Awesome.
love Zolen, man. He's so genuine. Like it's authentic. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Like, he's got an issue. He'll voice it. He there's no ego there. Like I like it.
No, and
It's
he'll
real,
just
yeah.
tell you. He'll
Yeah.
tell you exactly what's working, and then it's up to you to go and do it. So I love that. So you know what time it is, Raph?
Ooh,
You know what time? Oh, you know what time it is, Raph? Meathead moment. Yeah. Here we go. This is the section of the show that we just take. Between 190 and 200 is the sweet spot. That's shredded season, right?
Yeah.
But Raph, what was your workout this week so far?
This week, actually,
You can't hear me.
I actually
What is happening
slacked
today?
a bit. Can't hear Brent. Okay, are we back? You're back.
Okay.
Brent, you're back.
Here we go. Sorry, guys. We got to figure some stuff out here.
So this week I pushed on Monday, pool on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and today is leg day actually.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
push is bench press. Actually, I'm doing dumbbells because I have an injury on my shoulder,
Yeah.
so I can't bench press.
Uh-huh.
The angle is just messed up on my
Yeah,
shoulder,
yeah, yeah.
so I adjusted.
tighten
And
it.
I'm doing
Yep.
I'm doing dumbbells. So higher reps. I started with 20 reps, 15 reps, 10 reps, and then just progressively increase the weight. So that's kind of like the structure of the workouts.
Love it. Where did I leave off? Do you guys know what's happening here? We're going to weigh ourselves. Last week I weighed 214. The sweet spots like 190 to 200. I'm not sure. I'll get to 200, see how I feel. I'll get to one and then see if I want to go back to 190. But I'm going back to, because I've been really tight. Guys, remember this, abs are made in the kitchen. Abs are made in the kitchen. All right. Maybe you're just genetically blessed being really lean and it's tougher for you to put muscle on. But typically, some rules that I follow is 1 gram of protein per body weight. It's very difficult to do, especially 214. But yeah, I'm going to take my shoes off for the for getting weight here. But it's a good accountability tool here, right? Am I on the lapel?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good.
Figure out what it is.
Okay. No, my shoes don't smell. Don't worry about that.
It's not the shoes.
So we're going to get on there. We're going to see what's going on. So, believe in yourself, experience anxiety when you drop below 200 pounds. But what I've been doing in the gym, Raph, is just more bodybuilding stuff because my diet's real restricted. I'm like at 1,200, 1,500 calories a day to drop the weight. And most of that is protein, right? I have been just focusing on making sure that I don't lose too much muscle with it.
Yeah.
Because your muscle will be eaten up if you don't have enough calories and you're doing a lot of cardio.
And protein. Yeah.
Right. And so you got to get the protein in. You got to make sure that that's in to really keep the physique looking pretty good. But let's see what we weigh this week. But any guesses? By the way, today, guys, I'm wearing Alejandro guessed 300 pounds. Today I'm wearing my I don't know what you would call this. Some sort of green, some sort of forest green Air Force Ones with the gum bottoms. These are my go-to, man. I've had these for years. I have worn these everywhere. Nice. They're leather. You can design your own Air Force Ones on Nike.com. And what do you got on today?
I can't go past the whites, man.
I love it. You look great in white. You look great in white. All right, let's get this
white
going.
Nikes.
Guys, after this, we're going to do some question and answers, and then we've got Stephanie Hunt that's going to be coming on and giving us some incredible advice on how to have more conversations and more often. I don't know. I'm bending over. I've got this.
Kevin says 210.
What do we got? 210. Oh, that'd be
Edwin
nice.
says 205. 205.
No,
Carlos.
I haven't lost 9 pounds in a week. That would be
Carlos. What are you doing? 258. Come on, bro.
Here we go. Here we go. Boom. 3 pounds down. 211.6. So you got to figure probably 2 pounds for clothes.
Yeah.
2 pounds for the clothes. I got the big thick belt on today.
There we go.
Holding up the pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. 211.16. There we go, guys. So awesome. Let's see. What do we got, Raph? What were you at last week?
170.
By the way, if you're a guest in studio here, guys, you're gonna have to stand on the scale. So there you go. 250. 258. All right, what were you last week?
176.
176, and now you are
174.9, winning.
Look at that. Shred season. Listen, it's getting warm here in Arizona. We got to get ready for bathing suits weather. Bathing suits. Is that what they're called? What do they call? Swim trunks? No, not bikinis, Sandra. Yeah, so there we go, guys. Hey, listen, it's just it's fun. It's fun talking about fitness. It's fun talking about blood pressure's been fantastic. I get that checked every week. I get my blood drawn every 90 days just to check everything there.
I need to do that. I haven't done that.
I've got a family history of diabetes and heart disease. Not too bad, but enough to like get checked. And I never did it as a young man. I never thought, that wasn't a priority. And so I think that it's just a good thing to every 90 days to get to do a blood panel, see what's going on, make sure that your hormones are good, make sure that your cholesterol is good, make sure that your sugars and everything else. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but just make sure that it's all dialed in. So that's the meathead moment. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
It's important. Like, don't forget, right? Like, it's our vehicle. We're not feeling right physically. Like, everything else is going to be off. So
well, and I always, it's the interesting thing that our bodies are just this suit that protects our brain. You know what I mean? But our brain doesn't work unless our bodies do.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely intermingled. And so just to protect both is really, really, really important. We talk about, Kevin, about 12 to 1,500 a day to cut the weight and get it under there. But I haven't been 190 since like I met Aaron, and that was 2012.
Woo.
So
Hold on, Aaron. 190 is coming back.
Yeah, Aaron's yeah, she's very impressed. She's like, "What are you doing? Why aren't you eating?" Like, nice try, woman. The
Here's a pizza.
The women try to keep you, fluffy. So
Tacos are still my kryptonite,
as they say. Anyway, guys, if you can put in the chat here your workout routine, what you guys have found. I'm a big student of the game when it comes to that, and so let us know what you're doing. All right, so down to 211 from 214 last week, and we'll keep it going. We'll see how we go. And it's just a nice way to stay accountable, right?
Oh, yeah. Everyone's asking, what do you guys think of tri workouts? Swim, run, and bike.
Yeah, a lot of cardio. I mean, it's just a lot of cardio. I'm built like a 1x1 Lego. You know what I mean? I'm built like a Ninja Turtle. So it's like I don't like it. Long distance doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
But, some people love long distance and they don't like throwing around weights. They don't feel comfortable in a weight room. So, I mean, it's, I think that it depends on kind of how your genetics are and your DNA. But I think people should try both. And I ran a half marathon and hated every moment of it.
Yeah. It also, it also depends on what your goal is, right? If you want to gain size, you're not going to do a ton of that because it's not necessarily building muscles, building endurance.
Yep.
If you want to burn fat, you have to throw weight on it. Most people believe otherwise, but it's like that's how it works.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just depends on your goal.
Awesome, guys.
Nice.
We're gonna get into some question and answers here. We've got plenty of time to be able to do this, so I need some more questions if you have them. We've gone through a lot, guys. We've gone through the 10 steps of things that I wish that I would have known when I was getting started. We've gone through the incredible 10 steps that Tom Croll has, and I am 100% convinced that in the first hour of every Wednesday show, Tom Croll's going to come in and just spit incredible enthusiasm. He just has it. He just has that fire. And so, Matt, am I even talking in this microphone? Am I talking in the mic? Okay, you switched me back. Okay, but he had rules of revenue and first position. Always seek discomfort when you're starting out. Don't just be. I think what he was really saying there is be productive. Don't be busy. Number 2 was stop watching the competition. Remember, your only competition is between you and your business plan. You and your business plan. And we have links in these on my channel here for you to be able to fill out a business plan. I highly suggest that you do it. It's going to be really, really, really beneficial. Never stop doing what works. At first, you're an operator, but the goal is to become an owner. Never partner with somebody when you can hire. That's a big one. Don't take feedback from the wrong people. Only take feedback from 5 people. People that love you, pay you, you pay, regulate your industry, or already where you want to be. Again, love you, pay you, you pay, regulate already where you want to be. Part-time doesn't work. If you're all part-time, you need somebody full-time to be in your business, running it full-time. That's absolutely incredible. Next, the 8 rules of marketing. Copy somebody that's already doing great. Copy what they're doing. 2, go big. Volume matters. 3, consistent. 4, singular. Make sure that you do one marketing channel until you master it, then move on. 5, make sure that you respond fast to any leads. 6, make sure it's trackable. 7, make sure that you can delegate the systems that are bringing in your leads. And number 8, test. The 8th rule from Tom was read 8 pages a day. 9 is the money is in the database. And 10 is measure your net worth every week. Absolutely incredible. All right,
I really did thought of that as an overkill, but it's not, man.
What's that?
Measuring the your net worth. I thought at first it was overkill, but it's really not. You see it fluctuate, and then you get a lot more awareness of where you're at.
Why am I drinking so much water and you're not drinking any water?
I don't know.
Am I just talking more?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. All right, Edwin, Brent, are you? It's as soon as we get over like 90 degrees, I have to drink like a gallon and a half.
You become a sack of sand.
Yeah, it's like my whole life turns into just dry. All right, Edwin. Brent, are you going to make another video on the hot markets for 2024? You put one out at the beginning of the year. It was great. Oh, sure. We could certainly do that. Maybe that's just a good show Do you know how we would? I mean, I know that we could pull it from Zillow data. Zillow has incredible research data, but how would you pull the hottest markets? I
actually have a process of market research that we can roll out, and then just do a little presentation on that, and then
Well, give us a preview.
Get a segment. I cross-reference on a couple of different sites, and it's stuff that anybody can tap into, right? Like PropStream is one of the ones that I use. I'll use Redfin. It's another one, and then I'll cross-reference a few things. So, for example, like days on market, and then the trend on that, price points, how are they fluctuating? Also, I look at the differences between what's listed compared to what's sold, and the price difference, the range.
Love it.
So there's a couple different metrics that we can look at, and it'll give you like where that market in particular is headed, right? Of course, we're looking for upticks on any new market that we're tapping into. So
love it.
It's kind of how it works.
All right. Chris asked, just locked up another deal. Locked it up for $400,000. Exit strategy will be to do a wholesale and sell for around $545. Let's go. Here we go.
Bam. Track your net worth after that one.
We haven't rang the bell nearly enough today. So if you have talked to a property owner today, if you have gotten a deal today, if you've closed a deal, whatever, let us know. We want to celebrate it. We want to celebrate that. All right. So, yeah. Will you explain what a wholesale is?
Wholesale is a type of deal where you lock it up and then you take it, you actually buy it, you take it down, you take possession of the deal, and then you put it up on the MLS for somebody to buy it. But it's not a complete flip, right? It's like a lipstick type of rehab, maybe carpet and paint. So it's something easy where you can capitalize and just squeeze all the money that a flipper would take without the brain damage of going through a full rehab process.
Love it.
Is that clear enough?
I got it. That was perfect.
Good. I should put that in the dictionary.
Pat, does anybody hand dial and use batch skip tracing to get phone numbers? When I run the report to see the data on the property owner, I see a column example, phone number 1 DNC, and there's usually yes. Has anybody called on those that are marked yes? I didn't know if those were actually scrubbed. Pat, I highly suggest that you remove the DNC lists just to protect yourself and make sure that you can build anything that you're building. You want to make sure that you can do long term, and I just don't want you getting distracted by people that are going to complain and try to get you into a lawsuit about calling them, and they're on the DNC, and that's happening more and more and more. What I would suggest there is sending them a direct mail, whether that's a postcard or whether that is a handwritten note. If your budget's just low, just go out and buy those like thank you size postcards, handwrite it, put a stamp on it, and get it to them. And you don't have to be too elaborate. You know, hi, I know that this is out of the blue, but I was wondering if you would consider an offer on your property at blah, blah, blah. Either way, if you could please give me a call. That way I don't keep bugging you. My name is blah, 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 or whatever you want. You could go online and find a million different scripts that you can test out for those handwritten cards, send it out, and try to get them to call you.
Don't be elaborate. I think that's key, man. I love it when you pull up the example of your big fat binder, the one you used to carry around, where you did, your first, how many deals was it? With just that one binder where you had the actual papers in there. And
I did my first $1 million that way.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So it's not, not elaborate. It was just getting through to the objective. Or like, what's the thing that needs to happen? If it's to send out a postcard, getting bogged down on the technicalities of a lot of the like the little details is going to be noise. Yep. So just move through it, send it out.
Yeah, Pat, I just see more and more, the more that, there's literally coaching programs that will teach property owners or anybody that gets a spam call how to go and sue those people that call them.
Yeah.
If they're on the do not call. It was so bad in Florida that they actually stopped doing that. They were doing like a massive amount of that in Florida, but yeah, I would just stay super, super protected, guys. Always remove the DNC. And I've said that since 2017. And we've done that, and we've done a tremendous amount of deals. One, there's plenty of people, plenty of numbers, millions of numbers that aren't on the DNC. And there's other ways to get a hold of those people. All right? Awesome. Look at Edwin doing work today.
Oh, yeah.
Edwin, thank you so much for participating in this. You were absolutely incredible. I talked to 11 property owners today, called from 9 to 1. Now I'm off work. Come on, let's go.
Nice.
That is awesome, Edwin. Keep that momentum. Keep that momentum every single day. Okay, here we go.
It's an average 3
Chuck
conversations a
Norris, big fan of the show, Raph, which is
Ooh.
awesome. The real Chuck Norris. I'm in 90-day challenge. Is it best to start an LLC or just aim for getting a first deal? I believe I should do more research. I know it says in the 90-day sheet to reach out to Prime Corporate Services, but I'm lost on who to reach out to. Sorry if this is a very beginner question. Great question. Not a beginner question at all.
I love your movies, by the way. Chuck.
Yeah. Love your swagger. No, listen, here's the thing. I think it's important for you to set up your business because it's just from, I mean, literally the economic world is set up for entrepreneurs because you get to earn and then so you get to bring in the income, you get to write off your expenses, and then you get taxed on the net, which means you can have a tremendous amount of things that you can write off. Talk to a CPA about it, but they'll give you all the different things that you can write off, which you use every single day, which is really cool. So I think it's great from that standpoint. It's great to set up a business bank account. Do I think that that should stop
you? No. We have 168 hours in a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could go down to your corporation commission and just say, hey, what paperwork do I need to set up a corporation?
File an LLC. Yeah.
Talk to somebody at whatever. What's the tax filing companies?
The
not like Quicken and QuickBooks and the
H&R,
H&R Block.
Yeah, they
TurboTax, all those. You could walk into one of those places now that tax season is kind of past.
I think I'm first
and ask them what you should register your business as, depending on what you're doing. And they'll help you out.
Yeah,
or talk to a CPA.
They'll give you like operating agreements and stuff like that once you get into the technicalities of it. But I think my first 3 or 4 deals, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but it was my name on it. I was doing the work, working the leads and everything, and my LLC wasn't registered yet.
Right.
So I just put my name on it, on the contracts, got paid, went through my, through my personal, which is not ideal, right? But it's not a showstopper. At the same time, I was registering the LLC on the, there's a wait time usually, a couple of weeks where you get approved and that sort of thing. But don't let the research stop you, because I think the key word in that phrase is need to do more research. It's go out there and talk to sellers, create that momentum, and that same momentum is gonna encourage you to move faster on the LLC setup and everything else that you need to do.
You're doing PPC.
Yeah.
You're doing door knock.
Yeah.
You talked about it a little bit, door knocking last week. It's guys, Raphael is the expert at finding these deals. He's not even doing these deals in Arizona where we live.
I haven't seen these properties.
That's
crazy to me. Okay, so
right when you start out, you're like, I gotta go on all these appointments. I gotta do all these things.
The appointments, or whatever, right? Like but all these. I mean, we can do virtual stuff, and crush it that way. Anyways, right now we're doing a lot of business in Florida. Jacksonville is a really good market.
Mm-hmm.
We're door knocking and in all these places, and of course I'm leveraging services out there. I'm right now I have a pretty good relationship with notable notaries. It's boots on the ground for investments. If you're doing virtual stuff, they're a good company. They'll place, people to, take pictures for you, hang the lockbox code, even do seller or buyer walkthroughs if you need them to. So if that type of stuff, you're doing virtual, which that's what we do on the door knocking. Door knocking here is brutal, here in Maricopa County, right? But there's markets where people haven't tapped into it. So Jacksonville, for example, is one of them. And we're doing a lot of stuff. We don't have a big team over there, so we just reach out to services whenever we need to and coordinate. But it works. The key to door knocking, which I found is
people want to know,
super targeted.
Yes,
and then being first at the door.
Really?
Speed to lead. Yeah, speed to lead. It's insane.
First to door with pre-foreclosures?
Yeah, with pre-foreclosures. And you can, if you do the legwork, do a little bit of research on your county. You can pull the records directly from the county.
Right.
And then
that's the best?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think there's a delay even with the top websites?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a delay, and you call it anywhere from 7 to 12 days.
Yeah.
Before, by the time you get something that's being published on a prop stream or any of the other platforms, it takes a while for them to batch all that data and push it in.
Right.
But if you go to the county and look at the county website on a regular basis, a lot of these counties are actually posting the notices as they come up, right? So you'll go in there, you look at it in real time. I mean, you just take that. I mean, whatever happened yesterday, you map it out, and the next morning you hit it, first thing in the morning, and then hit your follow-ups afterwards.
Awesome.
So that's a big.
You paying people hourly?
For door knockers?
Yeah.
No, they get a flat fee on a closed deal. So they're commissioned.
How do you keep them motivated until the deal closes?
Well, they're making $3,000 a pop. So I mean, it's good money for them. They don't have to close a deal. All they do is tee it up.
Yep.
So that's another thing, right? They don't have to negotiate the deal at the door for us, because I have a whole team that handles that.
Right.
So
walk me through that process. You put out an ad and say, hey, listen, do you want to make money part-time?
Yeah. A lot of people just want to get exposed, and they want to learn real estate. They want to start getting their feet wet on it. And
earn while you learn.
Right. And it's a really exactly. And it's an easy sell, really, like as a door knocker, because all you're doing is teeing up the appointment for the acquisition specialist. Right. For your acquisition rep. So it's like cold calling, just
Do you only go after like time sensitive lists, like pre-foreclosures?
We hit them as soon as they pop.
Or tax.
Pre-foreclosures, it's a big
you're not
list.
just going to like ugly houses.
Yeah, no. They'll jot down addresses. They'll send them if there's a property that looks distressed, beat up, ugly house, right? We'll skip trace that and then still hit it.
Yeah.
But the lists that we're pulling, I mean, there's pain points to them. It's either a lot of the pre-foreclosures have, additional, stuff to them, like probate situations or tax liens and stuff like that. But we hit the probate, the pre-foreclosure lists.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they pop up, we're at the door, and then we start having those, those conversations with them. So yeah, it works, guys. I mean, it's not rocket science if you know what websites to go to, and then put some elbow grease in there, map out your course, and next morning hit 14, 20 houses.
So for a market like Jacksonville, I assume that there's people that it's like a revolving door of people that are going to go and knock doors for you. How many do you need, and how many do you need to be bringing in all the time?
If you have a team of maybe 2 to 3 people that are just constantly door knocking, you're going to be in most major markets or bigger markets. You're going to be okay as far as the fresh pre-foreclosure stuff that's coming up. So at one point here in Maricopa, which is it's a big area, but we had six people, and we were able to cover the new ones and then set up the follow-ups as well. So you don't need this big massive team of 50 people. So if it's you as a solopreneur, you don't have, cash for the lists and the skip tracing, the cold calling or whatever, still pull the list, go to your county assessor's office, pull the list, see what comes up. If it's fresh, don't be afraid, hit it as soon as it comes up. One thing that we are doing is we do take copies of the actual document.
Mm-hmm.
So when we show up at the door,
Genius.
it's not us saying it, you know what I mean? It's the document that came across our desk. So with that, every question.
Do you leave it there if they don't answer?
No, not the
Do you
document.
leave anything?
Yeah, we'll leave a mailer piece or not a mailer piece, but it's really just a Post-it. It's like, hey, this is Johnny. Can you give me a call back? And then the phone number. Keep it light and not too too descriptive on the note. So we do that, and then every question, whenever we do make contact, every question that comes up, it's an opportunity for the door knocker to just push them over to the acquisitions manager conversation, right?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. My manager can answer that. I don't have, he knows more about that. He's done a lot of these and whatnot. So they tee it up, set up the appointment, and then goes to the closers. So the closers take it from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's give it up for San Diego. He just closed a deal after 2 years in litigation for $225K assignment fee. Come on.
Bam.
I'd be curious what the litigation was. That'd be interesting to know if it was like a title issue, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. Guys, it's about that time. We've got Stephanie Hunt coming in here, and in just a few minutes, once she pops on here in 5 minutes, but we have another giveaway. And this time, Raphael is going to try his best. Now, Raph, I will tell you that I made more darts. There were 6 darts last week, and you had to go to the board and pull some of them out because I think he threw what, Matt, like 11 or 12 darts to pop 1 balloon. So I've got a lot more darts. I'm gonna make sure some of these have the little rubber covering, so I'll make sure I'll remove those. So use the ones that are sharp. Guys, what do you want him to aim for?
I'm good at guitar, man.
You want
I
a
can't have
hat,
all the
you want a
talents.
hoodie, you want a t-shirt. The top silver ones are the hat. The orange is the t-shirt, and the yellow is the well, let me get out of the way first. Jeez, man. Yeah. Do you have me on here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So guys, what do you guys want him to hit here? Do you guys want, by the way, here we go. Am I in? Here we go. Again, we've got the classic TTP shirt that somebody at Costco will go, whoa, TTP? Oh, awesome. Do you do deals? The Rhino hat, lovely, perfect, fits every head, fits every situation. So there you go. Or we've got the Rhino hoodie. We also have a TTP hoodie, if you prefer, but I like the Rhino hoodie. It's nice and goes with jeans and shorts. Just depends on how wacky you are with your outfits. So here we go. Raphael is stretching. Last time it took him 73 darts. So bear with us here. Let's see, but he got a lot of practice. So make sure, wait, is that one, does that one have the, okay, good. Okay. Oh, you did. Okay, good. As I was jibber jabbering. You got a couple more there. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do you guys think he's going to hit? You think he'll get the silver, the orange, or the yellow? What do you think it's going to be? Put in there. And how many? Let's see. What's your guess on how many darts it'll take for Raph to send the giveaway? By the way, this is for a subscriber that's watching the live show right now. We're going to send it out to you. Alejandra's in the back, and she'll be reaching out to you. So go ahead, Raph. I believe in you. You had a lot of practice last time. I think you could do this. Just focus. Yeah, there you go. Oh, now you're messing around too much. Now I feel like you're going to screw it up.
I have to get into the.
Oh, you're going top shelf, huh? Hey, 2. Boom. There we go. Somebody gets a hat.
That's how you do.
Some lucky viewer, some incredible member of our live show gets gets a hat. So that's awesome. 2 darts, guys.
All right,
darts.
man.
Look
People
at
have
that.
faith in me.
Look
Yes.
at that. Awesome. I think it was the stretching.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I think it was the stretching.
Honestly, I think
it was.
I got myself psyched up like with the song with the.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Oh, that was it. See, I thought that was going to throw you off. I thought that would be the thing that, like,
I went Wild West on it.
Maybe you had to go like uber confident to focus. Yeah, that's good. Awesome, guys. Giveaway winner gets the hat, and it's going to be Edwin. All right, there you go, Edwin. That is awesome. Reach out to Alejandra, and she'll get you that hat as soon as possible. Thank you for participating, guys. We love you. We do this every week. We get so excited for this. We want to give you all the instructions so that you can go out and find some incredible deals. We want to give you all the resources so that you can be able to do that. We also want you to understand that you've got support. You've got people that have your back. You've got people that have done an incredible amount of deals, and we know the impact that it's had on our lives, and we want to give back. And having you participate in this show on Wednesdays, I know I've been kind of all over the place with this show and the schedule, but we're going to try to do every Wednesday for 3 hours as long as I'm in town. I mean, obviously there's going to be some weeks where there's vacations and 4th of Julys and summers and some things here and there. But for the most part, we're going to be here from 10 to 1, either Pacific time or Mountain time, whenever that changes, and try to provide as much value as possible. So thank you, guys. None of this happens without you guys. Thank you for participating. We try to keep this fun and come up with new ideas, so it's not just some boring real estate show, but it also isn't just some sort of entertainment to where you're not getting anything out of it. So I think it's a nice, healthy mix. I love that you hit it after the second one. Are you sticking around? Or are you out of here?
No, I have to dip.
All right, Raphael is out of here, guys. Give him some love in the chat. Stephanie Hunt from Columbus, Ohio, is about to join us. And oh, there she is. Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, Brent Daniels. How are you?
What is that board you have behind you? See you, Raph. Love you.
That's my board for the year of all the deals I have in progress, what's coming. Yeah, that's my board.
Are you in the basement?
Yeah, I'm still in the basement. I haven't graduated out of the basement yet, Brent.
That's fine. That's fine. So will you explain what the virtual office is every day and what that looks like and why you really run what that is?
Okay, so in the great group of the Rhino tribe, we have what's called the virtual office. So the virtual office is open every day, Sunday through Saturday, every day. And people come in and we cold call, we close deals, we do follow-ups, we share advice, we role play, we do pledges and truths, we say all the things that we need to hear to get us fired up and going for the day. And that's what the virtual office is. It's just a place where we can be together and get cussed out together. We can, laugh at people together and then lick our wounds together. That's what it is. Virtual office.
I love it. I love it. So why is it important and what has it done for your business?
Oh, okay. Well, it's so important because it promotes endurance.
Yep.
You have people that are with you. They are doing the same thing as you are. And it just gives you more endurance. It gives you more energy. It gives you more life while you are in the grind of literally rolling around in the dirt sometimes, going to these properties that are crazy. And you have someone that can relate, that understands what you're doing, that says, yeah, good job. Or, yeah, that really sucked. But okay, so you're going to cry about it and go do it again tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what the virtual office is for.
I love it. So how many people are you talking to a day? And what you do a lot of different things for lead generation, not a lot of different things, but you do mostly calls and referrals. So kind of touch on both of those and, what your daily routine looks like.
Okay. So what I have learned over time, so this is my second year full time, that if I front load my lead generation at the beginning of the week is the best option for me. So at the beginning of the week, 100 contacts on Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm filling it in. My max, my minimum I want to get per week is 125 contacts per week. So I'm still on the dialer. And of course, most times I'm way over that 125 at this point. But during that time, like today, I went to go and met up with a buyer. It frees my week up to go and do follow-ups, to finish out closing deals. And that way my lead generation is still going. Because I'm going to tell you, what Tom Croll said is so important. August of last year, I closed 6 deals between August and September. And my lead generation was shot. It was just gone because I was just busy closing deals, right?
Yeah.
And then it took 4 months for me to get another deal. 4 months. And he was right. So 90 days, it's right in that thing of it. If you stop it, it's going to slow it down. You got to gear yourself back up, going for another 90 days.
So how do you, what's your schedule and how do you stick to it?
Okay, so this is my schedule. Cold calling starts at 8 a.m. I go until about 2. That gives me, on Monday, I can usually get in about 100 contacts by that time. Straight through. Then the next morning, starting right again, usually start at 8 a.m. and use from 8 to 10, I get on the dialer again. And I keep that routine all the way through Friday. And then that leaves me open from 10 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the evening to go on appointments, to talk to the title agency, to, follow up with different people. So that's also my time. So 10 a.m. From that time to 4 p.m., 5 p.m. is follow-ups. If there's no appointments, it's follow-up. And that's pretty much it. That's how it goes.
So what's up with your boys? Are they doing this with you or not?
Okay, very good. So I have 2 out of the 3 are working with me consistently.
Your sons.
So that's Kingston and Solomon. Those are the twins.
Yeah.
The 20-year-olds. So they come in the mornings and they cold call with me at 8. And it's been really great because there's sometimes if I'm like, well, I need to send out a deal, then they're on that dialer and we're still getting that lead generation coming in. So that has been incredible. They are not quite like ready, or they don't feel ready. I think they're ready. And I probably just need to push them out there to just do it by themselves.
Sure.
Yeah.
So but they are doing it.
But they are doing it. Exactly. They're in it.
How do they feel about it?
Nervous, but gaining more and more confidence and realizing that, it's really not that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once you get into the rhythm and once you understand that you can usually diffuse most angry people on the phone if you just have a good tone of voice, and if you're friendly, and if you're confident, and if you're, not trying to get too much out of them, if they're trying to pull away really hard, you find that most people are pretty pleasant. Would you find that?
I would definitely concur. And the other thing is when they, yes, I completely understand this is annoying to you. Oh, I get it. Yeah. I understand. Oh, I'm getting on your nerves today. Oh, yeah. Oh, I woke you up. Oh, that has to be terrible. Oh, yes. Yeah. Now tell me, why are you calling me again? And so then they want to talk. So you're right. I mean, most times if you're just agreeable and just nice and pleasant and react with, what's the word? React opposite of them. Same energy, but opposite words.
Yep.
They say, you suck. You say, you're great. And it changes it. It definitely changes it.
Awesome. So how's this year for you? How's 2024?
Okay, so it started off really slow because I had that time of gap in closing all those deals. And so then still on the dialer, still pushing. But so I just closed 3 deals 2 weeks ago, brought in about 10 grand altogether for those deals. Bought in another deal this week for 6,000. And then we have so far right now where I'm at about 30 grand, but I'm so far behind schedule as far as what I want to get for 250. But seeing that they're coming in, like today, I was on the dialer, of course, for the 100 contact empty the clip challenge on Monday. Yep. And I have 3 appointments except for this week, and they meet all 4 pillars.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's awesome. Coming out. I was priming the pump. It was little drip, and now it's like it's flowing.
So do you feel like the you got 2 sides, right? You've got finding the deals, and then you have doing the deals. Did you find that when you had 6 deals closing at the same time, you're too distracted with doing the deals that it just like stopped the finding the deals, and that's why it's kind of like good months, bad months, good months, bad months?
Exactly. So which is why when I hired a transaction coordinator.
Awesome.
That was my first hire as a transaction coordinator. And that has been incredible because it doesn't stop the deal flow.
Right.
I'm freed up. She talks to the title agency. She does all of that. And I'm freed up just to deal with the buyers and the sellers. And that's it. And even then, after they got their paperwork in, I'm kind of hands off. She's been great.
Awesome. And so when you're going on these 3 appointments this week, what are you doing before you go on those appointments so that you get them locked up?
Yeah, so I'm hitting and making sure that I know the condition of the property. So I know what I'm walking into. And also the condition, understanding from the seller's mouth what the condition of the property is also gives you an indicator of their mindset.
Sure.
Are they delusional or are they realistic? So if they say, oh, it doesn't need much, it only needs about, and you go in there and it's completely a wreck, then you're like, man, all right, I'm dealing with someone.
Which oftentimes it is.
Oftentimes it is. So I'm dealing with the condition. I'm asking the seller about the condition of the property and then the timeline and seeing, if we close within 15 to 30 days, how does that look for you? And then they're like, yes, no. And then then their motivation, well, why does 15 to 30 days work for you or not? Usually that leads right into why they want to sell it. And then sometimes if they don't lean into that, why they want to sell it, and they're not the talkative type that just goes ahead and gives all of their life, I'll just ask. I said, there's just many times that we have come very, very close to closing, and I've had a seller to say, you know what? I'm just not really ready to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would that be your situation? And they're like, oh, no. Oh, well, yeah. Or, whatever. So asking those questions and then their price.
Awesome.
Get-
Are you throwing out any prices before you go on the appointments?
Every now and then, most times I say to them, because sometimes I do get that back and forth of well, you called me, you tell me your price, or they don't want to tell the price because they feel like it's going to put them on the back foot, or it's going to,
Yeah.
So I tell them very honestly. I said, listen, oh, sorry, my bad. So I tell them honestly, I said, listen,
What was that? Was that a call?
No, that's just music. It's just music I like to play.
Music just randomly goes on at your house?
Yeah. So yeah, my husband is very tech, very, very, very tech. So not only do the music just go on, but the lights also mimic the beats of the music. Yeah.
Was that Mary J?
Yes, it was. Very good. Oh.
No, I'm just reading the comments.
Okay.
I'm just reading the comments. No. I would love to take credit for that, but I'm just seeing what Jonathan is telling me here.
So what was I saying? The price. So when they go back and forth with me, I'm honest. I said, listen, I am offering you a cash offer and I'm an investor. So I'm looking to make a profit and I'm going to try. I want the most minimum price I can get. And if you could just tell me where you're starting at, I can let you know if I'm the right buyer for you or not.
Awesome.
So usually they'll be like, okay, fine. This is what I want. Okay, great. Because guess what? I can't tell you what to sell your house for.
Yeah, that's always something that Ryan uses. My acquisition manager is, I can't tell you what you should sell your house for. I can only tell you what we could buy it for.
Right.
And that's really, really, really powerful, right? And so that really, and we had a live call on our support call last night. The call was with the property owner to try to pull the price out of them. And to do that, you just tell them that, neighbors in similar condition and similar size are selling for around this price. Is that what your expectations were? And as always, we threw out three for, who was it?
That was a good call. It was Nicholas.
That call yesterday. Were you on there, Steph?
I was. Was it Nicholas? I think it was Nicholas. And
Nicholas did, yeah. Nicholas did. And so he threw out 350. The guy's like, are you kidding me? This is sold for $550 fixed up. It only needs $50K worth of work. Let's say it needs $75K worth of work. Let's say that we could, I wouldn't take less than, $475 or $4, and then he just kept going down and down and down. But it gives you an expectation before you go out on that appointment to be able to know, okay, what are they thinking? What will make sense for them? Are we even in the same ballpark, which is huge?
Right, it is. And then when they're fussing and complaining like that, it lets you know that there might be something there.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Stephanie, thanks for being on here. Go live. I want those 3 deals. You better text me.
Oh, well, I will. We'll know. We'll update. Oh, and the one that I door knocked. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the gentleman, he wanted $1 million for that was his response. I want $1 million for it. So I just went ahead and offer anyways, just because I know going by the house and talking to the neighbor, which was great, knocking on both of those doors, they were both like, hey, listen, he is not going to be able to do this. He does not have the finances. And they gave me mail. They gave me his mail that was like ripped open, like trashed. And he has delinquent water bill, gas. I mean, there's all kinds of things going on there. So
awesome. You're the best, Stephanie.
All right. You're the best. Brent Daniels, say it.
In the whole wide world.
That's right. In the whole wide world.
See you, Stephanie.
All right,
see you on the calls.
Thanks.
Thank you. Awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Guys, listen, we don't have to overcomplicate this. Conversations and offers. Now, listen, when you're getting started and you're building momentum, there's going to be some ups and downs when it comes to good months and bad months, because you're figuring out how to get those deals closed. You're figuring out the whole process. But once you get it figured out, the beautiful thing is you can start putting systems in place to build in more efficiencies. And that's when you really take it to the next level, is when you don't, like Stephanie has somebody that's going to do transaction coordination, because she learned, okay, I can close 6 deals in a month, but then it stops all the new deals from coming in because the lead generation is slowing down. So yeah, absolutely incredible. Remember, first is we want to get consistency. We want to get consistent deals. We want to do our first deals and then get consistency. And the second part is we want to get the most out of every deal. We want to really squeeze the juice out of every single deal. And then third, we want to build in the systems, build in the personnel to really make this something special. All right, guys, the back end of this show, we're now in the back end. It's primarily question and answers. If we don't have questions and answers, then we'll be done with the show. But before we do that, I want to get into the millionaire mindset. Millionaire mindset. Number one, self-doubt destroys more businesses than anything else. Self-doubt. So how do we eradicate? How do we exterminate listen, it's always going to be there, but how do we really attack our self-doubt? You increase your skills, you increase your confidence. That's it. Increase your skills. There is something in your life that you have built a skill around that you feel confident. It might be driving a car. It might be talking to your friends about whatever. It might be you're really good at whatever job you have. It might be just being a great parent. It might be a really good cook. It might be playing the piano or guitar or kazoo. I don't care. It might be shooting baskets. It might be running. It might be something that you built a skill around, right? Tap into that as you're building your skills in this business. By the way, guys, if you have any successes that you want to celebrate, make sure that you put it in the chat. If you have any questions that you want answered, make sure that you put it in the chat and we'll answer those. All right. But number one is increase your skill, increase your confidence. It's the absolute fact. All right. Number two, remove drama quickly. Remove drama quickly. It's our biggest expense. Our emotions are our biggest expense in our business. We make stupid decisions based on emotions. All right. Anytime that you want to trumpet something to your team or to your family about what you're about to do and all these things, you're probably going to make a mistake. All right, just do the work. Keep it very, very, very focused. Have great conversations, make great offers. Understand there's 4 paths when you get down to somebody wants to sell their house, great. There's 4 paths to go down to. Cash as is, creative finance, novations, and or listing the property. I'm going to get, let's make sure we get Rich Wonder on the show maybe next week and we'll talk novations. That'll be great. Rich Wonders, he's absolutely incredible. Best of the best when it comes to novations. But emotions cost too much time. Drama costs too much time, and the only position that you should be working towards is a really powerful, clear mindset. That's what we should be working for. So make sure you remove drama quickly. If somebody doesn't support you, get them out of there. If somebody's talking trash, block them. We have the ability to do that. We've only got a certain amount, and none of it's guaranteed, of time on this planet. We don't have time for the nonsense. We don't have time for negativity. We don't have time for people that don't want to cheerlead us and support us, all right? Number 3, clean up your environment to clean up your mind. Does your environment support the goals you have set? Clean up your environment. Your car, clean. House, clean. Office, clean. Inbox, clean. Clean out your emails, your text messages, whatever. Get it clean. All those like red bubbles you have on your phone, on all your apps, clean them out. It's all distraction. Everybody has them. Be honest. Find them, get them clean. But especially your environment. Your environment should be one that people walk in, they're like, that's a millionaire. That's a successful person. That's the way that you want. Lights on. Stand up, smile, have optimism and enthusiasm. Did you see Tom Croll today? If you guys didn't see Tom Croll, whoo, he's standing up. He's got that bell attached to his wall. His walls are orange. That's a Florida thing. You're not getting away with that anywhere else but Florida. He's got his dog laying in the bed. He's got thank you notes on the wall, positivity, energy, enthusiasm, and he's multi-millionaire. There's a reason. He was a landscaper 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like literally, like I think maybe 2011, 2012 is when he got into real estate. He had $0. He sold his golf cart to pay for postcards to send out to get deals. 12 years ago. Whew, it goes fast if you do the work. We become who we associate with. And Tom put it just absolutely incredible. Don't get feedback from anybody that doesn't love you, pay you pay, regulates your industry, or already where you are, or already where you want to be. Right? You're going to take feedback from your brother, from your cousin, from that buddy that you knew in high school that's DMing you trash? From other people, from people that you work with or whatever, go to school with? You're going to take feedback from them? Do they love you? Do they pay you? Do you pay them? Do they regulate the industry? Or are they where you want to be? If the answer is no to all 5 of those, block it out of your head. It also, listen to me, I'm telling you, we become who we associate ourselves with. If you're listening to crazy stuff all the time, it's going to affect you. If you're watching crazy dramatic shows, it's going to affect you. Instead of reading good books, instead of listening to great podcasts, watching great YouTube, people that go fast put all the great stuff almost like a funnel into their brain. But if you're just living the life and listening to, whatever the latest drop by who's popular right now, Hondra? Music-wise. Bad Bunny. Save it for treadmills and pool parties, baby. Taylor Swift. Play that after you've done your work. And you want to kind of get sad, I guess. No. And then spend less time comparing yourself to others and more time working your plan, your vision, your goals, your business plan. Spend more time doing that than worrying about what everybody else is doing. It's exactly what Tom was saying. Don't worry about what's going on with other people. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to your business plan. If you need help putting together a business plan, Matt, can we put the link in the chat or the comments? Yeah, that'd be awesome. So there we go. That is how we build a strong mindset. And join us every single week, Wednesday. Live show, Tom Croll, me, Rafael Cortez. Incredibly successful, enthusiastic, loving, everybody we bring on here. Be a part of it, all right? We don't have a tremendous amount of questions, and that's fine. We're going to answer whatever we can. We got one question, and then how about we have Alejandro come out and try to pop a balloon for our last giveaway of the day? How about that? What do you think, Matt? Yeah, Alejandro's ready. She says it'll be guaranteed first dart. She's going to pop the balloon and give away a hoodie. I don't know. She's calling a shot. She's like Babe Ruth, pointing for the home run. Here we go. Charlie, how can I have a successful conversation with an attorney? Like I want to have them look at contracts I have. Yeah, that's great. I would post to any of the real estate investing groups in your market on Facebook and just ask who the best attorney is that understands wholesale real estate. Now, if you have closing attorneys, so there's two different, methods for closing, depending on the state you're in. One method is title and escrow. We don't have closing attorneys like here in Phoenix. And then you have other states that have closing attorneys and title and escrow. Title and escrow just make sure it's done, but the closing attorney reviews everything, makes everything go smoothly, right? And so if you are in one of those in an attorney state, just talk to the attorney that gets suggested in those Facebook groups to work with. All right. But if you're in a title and escrow state, the first like 3 real estate attorneys I talked to way back in the day had no idea what signing a contract was and no idea what wholesaling was. And then I just asked a buddy and he had a great one and they knew exactly what it was. And so not all real estate attorneys know what you're doing. Don't just take it to anybody that you Google. Find a recommendation on those Facebook groups. All right, find those and just have a conversation with them. Send them the purchase agreement that you have, and just make sure that it works and is state specific. It has all the language, especially with any of the regulations in some of these states that you have for wholesale. And Jerry Norton has an incredible wholesale regulations breakdown. It's a PDF. And it's updated all the time on any of the states that have any regulations for wholesaling so that you stay compliant. But the fact is, finding opportunities, finding great deals, finding great real estate opportunities is always going to be available to you. So build the skills to be able to do that. Doesn't matter what state you're in. If you need a license, find somebody that has a license or get a license yourself. Easy peasy. All right. Get busy global. I'm on Deal Machine building a list to market to right now, already up to 250 leads. Goal is 500. Come on. That is awesome, guys. Deal Machine is an incredible tool. If you use the coupon code TTP, they hook you up. But Deal Machine has been incredible friends of ours since 2017. And again, loves this audience. They know that we're proactive and we actually do deals. So there you go. All right, guys, the time has come. Alejandra has been warming up her arm in the back. Yep. Don't let her. She has been warming. Am I in the lapel? Yep. All right. We've got the arrows. We've got the darts. She's ready to go. I think the audience wants a hoodie. The hoodie right here. You have your choice of a TTP hoodie or the Rhino hoodie. I think it's 50-50. When people come into the office for our wholesale hotline show, they're like, oh, yeah, I like the TTP. Oh, yeah, I like the Rhino. So whichever one that you prefer. But, oh, you're getting a little close, huh? Okay, that's fine. We typically throw from the stool here. But if you need to get close, that's fine. You know what I mean? We're on fire today. We're on fire here in the Wholesaling Inc. TTP offices. All right. We're on absolute fire. Matt, come on here. Alejandra, come on in here. We'll say goodbye to everybody. I think the more consistent we are, Matt, the more questions we're going to get. Yeah. Because there'll be more people on live, which will be good, which you tell me that all the time. And we'll go the full 3 hours. But if we don't have questions, then great. We did 2.5 solid, great hours. Make sure you go back and watch Tom Croll. Make sure that you go in and watch Ryan Zolen, Stephanie Hunt. Thank you for joining us. Matt, Alejandra, myself, we love you. Remember this, all right? Keep your house clean. Number one, keep your house clean. Your actual house and this house. Protect your health and increase your value to the world. You'll live a fantastic life. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.